Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Lou. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. You are listening to the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway for all your sports betting activities. Hit the QR code that you see here on the screen or follow the link you see in the description of the episode. We are coming to you live Thursday night after Game 6. A really, really exciting first half because that's really all that needed. Second half was completely unnecessary. Indiana up 22 points going to halftime. They come away with a 108-91 win in Game 6 to force Game 7. Pascal Siakam makes what I would say is one of the coolest plays of his entire career with a poster dunk in transition after an incredible Tyrese Halliburton no-look turnaround, tee-hee, Magic Johnson style pass. Pascal cuts to the basket, posterizes Lou Dort, posterizes Jalen Williams to put the Pacers up 20. And then, of course, after getting the ball back, last possession of the first half, they clear it out. Pascal one-on-one against Alex Caruso. Caruso getting gassed up as the all-world defender. This naked mole rat trying to guard Pascal. Pascal, boom, boom, turn around, fade away. Knocks it in at the buzzer, put the Pacers up 22. Second half completely unnecessary because of the fact that Indiana just took the soul out of OKC in that second quarter. We're going to talk about that and much more. Alex Wong, I hope your camera is fixed, man. What's going on? I haven't seen you and your bangs in a minute, man.
What's up, man? I was just laughing because someone in the chat was like, Alex looks like Michael Jackson tonight. Yeah, I really appreciate all the feedback, guys.
Yo, the hair is good, man. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, man.
No, great game. I think I was expecting the Thunder to take care of business. Coming into the game, all the talk was about Tyrese Halliburton and his calf strain. You weren't sure. And, you come out and, I think the Pacers went, the first 4 minutes without a field goal. And it just seemed to set up for a game for OKC to close out this really impressive season that they've had and win the championship on the road. But, I guess I should apologize to the, state of Indiana for still doubting them. They've been on such a magical run.
Yep.
And we could go through all the guys tonight just really to show them love. TJ McConnell was incredible.
God.
Aaron Nesmith, even
Yep.
guys like Ben Shepherd. Halliburton had some big shots too. Obi Toppin,
Oh, my God. Man.
getting chance. And, of course, Pascal, I'm sure we'll get to as well. I think we talked about this last time too. And, I think this is what I was trying to say is that, I don't. There's not a lot of runner-up teams, and listen, the Pacers could win on Sunday, so I'm not saying that OKC is for sure going to win the title. But it's even if they come up short, the Pacers are just such. They have been such a memorable team for these 2 months, and it's not even just those incredible comebacks. It's just the team effort, man. Just the team effort, and I think you said it. They're all heart, right?
Yeah.
This is the type of team that you watch basketball for.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
just fall in love with them. And I think,
Yeah.
not to make it about the Raptors, but I think the 2019-20 Raptors had exactly the same qualities. And probably better players, I would say, overall. They had a better roster.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
I think this Pacers team's just made everybody fall in love with them. And we came into this series, all of us picking OKC in 5, complaining about this was going to be a really boring finals. And now we're getting our first Game 7 in the finals since 2016. And it's only the fourth Game 7 in the last 30 years.
Damn.
So get ready on Sunday. It's going to be 40 degrees Celsius in Toronto. So fire up the AC or, if you have central air, shouts to that. And just, lay back, and watch a classic Game 7, man.
Yo, I have so much respect for this Pacers team. They have absolutely stolen my heart. Basically, I would even say from the first round onward, I thought the Bucks just were kind of no match for this Pacers team. I think I picked exactly Pacers in 5 in the first round just because I thought it was such a mismatch. Obviously, I didn't even know Dame was gonna be out. Hopefully, Dame is okay. But they've just given you moments, man. This is what you're talking about in sports. It's not even necessarily about okay, you got a historic net rating like OKC, man. When I think back about net rating, it doesn't really conjure an image. You know what I mean? When I think back into moments, man, and this Pacers playoff run has given you so many moments where you have to you fall in love with these guys. Look, I'm fully ready to cheer for OKC. I would be happy to see Shea win a championship. I would be happy to see Lou Dort win a championship. I think that's a young team that has so much talent. They're poised to, make a huge run for a long time. But at the same time, you look at what Indiana has done. Like, I'm a fan of Matherin after a run like this. I know he can be up and down, but he had that crazy game too, or game 3. I'm a huge fan of Andrew Nemhard, not only because he gave us that interview, but like.
Are you promising a sequel on the pod this summer?
We're getting a sequel, and hopefully, if they win, I hope to get some Yes Sir shirts, maybe from Andrew himself. Maybe we'll trade him for a couple June Plum patties that he loved so much last year.
Let's go.
I mean, we're all huge fans of Pascal Siakam. That goes without saying, but like Aaron Nesmith, man, what he did over the course of this playoff series, those dunks, those threes, that crazy game 1 ending before Halliburton hit that game tying shot with the bounce in game 1 against the Knicks in the conference finals. What Miles Turner has done, I know he can be kind of frustrating, but watching him son Chet is very enjoyable to me. Chet's like, oh, I think I could just shoot a 3 over anybody because I'm 7 foot tall. And Miles Turner's like, no, you can't have this. I'm gonna block you. Chet's like trying to drive around him. He's doing a great job defensively. Like, and the thing is, like, every time they lose, you're like, well, the other team's probably just better, right? Like, they've been saying this since like even the round 2 against Cleveland. They're like, well, Cleveland's 60+ win team. Like, you know what I mean? And they have just done this over and over again. And now they're at the point where they force game 7. And look, obviously OKC is gonna be favored again. I think OKC's probably been favored in every goddamn game in this entire playoff series, and yet they're going to a game 7. And anything can happen in that stretch, but I just have all the respect in the world for Indiana, man. They play basketball the right way. They share the ball beautifully. Like, you saw them in the first half. When they showed that graphic, it was beautiful. It was like Pascal was the leading scorer with 13, but like Hallie had like 12. Turner had like 8. Nemhard had like 9. Nesmith had like 10. It was like, this is perfect. And then McConnell's in there somewhere, and McConnell, my goodness, man. TJ McConnell, bro. That was... That run that he had, in that second quarter there, like it was inspirational, man. He hit 3 mid-range jumpers. He stole an inbound, no look. The one where he was like just like jumping out of bounds, no look, somehow saved it.
I think he stripped Shea a couple times.
He stripped Shea. He stripped Case and Walls trying to drive on him. He missed a jumper, and then Tony Bradley was right there for a putback. He had an offensive rebound over Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, come on, man, that's a 7-footer, and this guy's 6'1".
No, McConnell.
It's incredible, man.
I think McConnell's the white demon, but hot take here, like TJ McConnell is the best player to come out of the Sixers process.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm ready to go there. I'm ready to go there. If you wanna, if you wanna line up the resumes, line up the resumes. Players don't play for regular season MVPs, man. They play for team success. They play to be, impact players on a finals team that's one game from winning a championship. And to me, that's what TJ McConnell has done here. So right now, if I'm sitting here thinking about the process Sixers, TJ McConnell is the best player to come out of this. Yeah. So
well, I mean, who has more points in the conference finals, man? TJ McConnell or Joel Embiid?
Tony Bradley. Yeah, I believe
Tony
has
Bradley,
more than Joel Embiid. But
hey, James Johnson got some points in the finals now, man. Good for him, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That fourth quarter was tough.
Yeah,
but even Tyrese Halliburton, like, he didn't have to play heavy minutes tonight.
Yeah.
And he was, of course, like a game time decision. And I think Shams was reporting that if this was a regular season game, probably a multi-week injury, like he wasn't gonna get it out. So now he gets two more days to rest here. And my boy Demin Rangula, I think you know him. Like, he's a big Lakers
of course.
tweeter. Great follow on Twitter. Damon R, DAMANR.
He will be annoying about the Lakers, but to be fair, he's a Laker fan.
He's like Andy Liu on the Warriors, but he's the Lakers representative.
Okay, yeah.
He pointed out the similarities between the OKC Denver series and the Pacers. Like, it's literally the exact same. Like, game 1, OKC blew both game 1s in those two series.
It's true.
And then they ended up blowing out in game 2 to even it up. Both games in game 3, they lost by 9 on the road.
Wow.
Denver and Indiana on the road. And then pulled out gutsy wins in game 4. And then solid home win in game 5. And then got blown out in game 6.
Yep.
So this is the exact script. And didn't Aaron Gordon have a calf strain?
Aaron Gordon had a calf strain.
Oh my god.
Aaron Gordon had a calf strain.
These demons are coming up with crazy scripts right now, man.
No, this script is amazing. Here's the thing. You don't expect to come to the finals. You don't expect to read at the end of the book and you see that, like, OKC and Indiana are there. But, like,
what book is that, man?
This is, I don't know, man. Ask LeBron, man.
By
but
the way, you see those LeBron Amazon Prime commercials?
oh, Jesus
This
Christ,
guy's.
man.
I mean, shouts to Amazon.
Yeah,
If you
sure.
want to
Yeah.
sponsor the pod, but like, man, this guy glazing Amazon Prime Day is killing me.
Oh no,
You
man.
know when celebs reach a certain level where you're just like, man, like you don't need this extra
You
one,
don't need
man.
this money, man.
Like you don't need like
LeBron, come on, dude.
give this one to like I don't know, man. Give this one to Luca even, man. Like Luca
Nah, Luka not
might
doing
need
no
a couple.
commercials, man.
Yeah, but that one was
Luka's going on Mind the Game, by the way. That was funny. It was just him sitting with in between Steve Nash and LeBron, and Steve Nash and LeBron are like, what was your childhood like, Luka? Luka was just like sitting with two uncles, like I don't know you guys. Like,
Yo,
don't ask
you-
me about my childhood.
You people in Toronto think like Kawhi watch and like Giannis watch is crazy. Like Lakers are literally following like Luca's like I guess his girl, is it his wife?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, personal chefs and stuff, and just like measuring the calories of the meals that they're cooking.
Yo, because there's these apps now. You could take a photo of like whatever meal you're eating, and it'll like track the calories. I'm sure they're doing that.
Why haven't the New Orleans Pelicans done this with Zion Williamson?
Oh, by the way, the news out of New Orleans is not good. I don't know if you've seen the recent the interview that DeJounte Murray gave.
Oh yeah, he didn't paint the Pelicans in a very good light, right? Like their medical
Yo.
team.
The way he was describing it, I mean, the medical team was bad.
Yeah.
The support around him was bad because he went through a bunch of personal tragedies this year,
Right.
which like of course you need your workplace to support you, in any standard workplace, especially at the NBA level. And then he was talking about like he's like I'm trying to come back from an injury, but like they didn't have like the court time or like the gym was like bad, and I'm like. The way he was describing it, I was like, damn, bro. Like, Brandon Ingram, man, I'm happy you made it out, my brother. Like, seriously, like, he did not paint New Orleans Pelicans and the organization in general.
Oh
because,
man,
like,
Brandon Ingram showed up to like the OVO Athletic Center, man. That must have been like heaven for him.
he was like, oh.
He's like, yo, we have Noah.
Lewis?
No, but it's kind of weird because like you even heard Desmond Bain talk about how like in
Yeah.
Memphis, like their practice where they practice had like no windows. Or
It's like a
whatever.
basement.
Yeah. So it's like I know people sometimes laugh when like teams build like state of the art practice facilities, but
Uh-huh.
listen, a state of the art practice facility is not gonna like swing a big free agency decision, but it's like
No, but come on, dude.
it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to like have these things in place, and I think the Raptors do have that stuff. In
It's a
place.
sign of how legitimate your organization is. If you're
Yeah.
willing to cut corners behind the scenes, that's going to make it to the top. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think for all that you want to say about the Raps, they actually do not spare expenses when it comes to the players. But getting back to this game,
Oh, yes.
TJ has that like TJ McConnell just has like 5 minutes every game where he just takes over and dominates.
Yeah.
And it's like I loved Indiana's crowd tonight chanting TJ as soon as he came back in at the start of the third quarter off the bench, like he was a wrestler or something. TJ like crossed himself too, like that was beautiful, man. And then Obi Toppin stepping to the line and getting Obi Toppin, like
Oh,
that
man.
was all tough. But
Hot-
and then,
Oh,
but then that
man.
Pascal stretch, man. I know that like we're fully in the. I mean, I'm definitely fully in the bag. For Pascal, and
But with,
I
but
got-
with
I-
good reason though.
but with good reason, because this game started with OKC holding Indiana to 0 of 8 shooting to start the game. Indiana was missing wide open shots. They just weren't really looking good at all. At least they weren't turning the ball over, but they just weren't making anything. And it was Pascal who like got them like basically going finally, because you just don't want to fall behind early and have to start making a comeback. And Pascal in that stretch hit a mid-range pull-up. That was the first basket of the game for Indiana. I think they got some free throws before that, but they were 0 for 8. Pascal hits a mid-range pull-up. He forces J-Dub into a turnover with some great ball pressure. Goes the other way, scores a driving and one. And then going the other way, SGA drives to the rim, and he has a chase down block on SGA. Afterwards, Nembhard knocks down 2 threes and a driving layup. Then it's like an even game, and basically Indiana sort of pull away in that second quarter when TJ comes in. But that slow start, man, Pascal really got them going. And I gotta say, it's not even just like the dunk and stuff like that too, but like the defense that he's playing right now, like, bro, the amount of times like he has a good stop on Shea, the amount of times he has a good stop on Jalen Williams, the amount of times that he's playing like center and he's like the help defender at the rim, and he's making all these plays, man. Like he's just the focus and determination. Like this is a better Pascal than I've ever seen.
Well, I was gonna ask you too because we know Pascal had a classic Game 6 performance in the finals for the Raptors too.
Yeah.
Which one's better, man? You got to pick one because you saying the Pacers are stealing your heart, man.
nothing's gonna top Game 6 for me as a Raptor fan. So I mean, you can steal my heart, but like a piece of my heart is in that Game 6, man.
But it's just
You know,
incredible. I think.
as I once told one of my exes, I've left a piece of my heart in you. So that's Game 6 in Oakland for
Ooh,
me,
damn!
man.
Is that like a Avril Lavigne song, man? This guy
Nah,
sounded
that's
like
me.
this guy sounded. Oh, okay, that's just
I
you.
made that. That's just
That's
on my
just
heart, man.
that's just that's
Can I
not
not
Air
say
Supply.
that?
That's not Air Supply.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's incredible for Pascal. I think a lot of us are rooting for him from afar, and we know just like how much ups and downs he went through, like post championship.
Man.
Like it's kind of crazy to think about. Like,
Yep.
I know he was involved in the LeBronto play, but you know he was a young player at the time. I don't think people are like,
What? Wait, hold on. He wasn't involved in LeBronto play. That was OG.
oh yeah, no, but
That's
no. Like
OG.
Dwayne Casey was trying to pin it on him because Pascal was supposed to pick up LeBron full court, and then he stuck with Kevin Love. I mean, I was there in Cleveland the next day when Dwayne was trying to throw Pascal under the bus for that. So
Dwayne, you're nasty for that one, man. You know what's even nastier is Dwayne went to Detroit the next year, and he was trying to push the storyline that Sekou Doumbouya, who was like their first round pick that year, had some
my
like
God.
Pascal potential.
yeah, no.
Sekou Doumbouya, man. What?
No,
what are we talking about, man?
No.
Also,
but-
when the Raptors drafted Pascal, I think Dwayne Casey was like, he can be like Bo Outlaw. Man, I don't want to hear about no Bo Outlaw.
he's like he could be a John Amici type, you know. Holy. He could be Roy Rogers, not to be confused with the chicken spot. Yeah.
These are the craziest comps, man.
He's like, yeah, I see
Bo Outlaw.
some Leon Poe in him.
Oh man! No, to
But
be
yeah,
fair, I think I called him Draymond. So it was a period where every prospect was Draymond for me.
Pascal went through a lot, right? Like taking
Mm-hmm.
on the spotlight. Like the Tampa season was just so terrible for him. Like off the court too. Like
Oh man, the bubble. I mean, the
the
bubble to
bubble.
Tampa was just like a dark 2 years. Man.
and then you're like making the transition with the new team, like with Scotty Barnes in, and then you know you go into your final season with the Raptors, and your president of the team is basically calling everyone selfish and really kind of putting that on you a little bit. And you know the rookie head coach is like, you know, this guy needs to fit in. And it's like, what? So I'm glad he's able to get to a place in Indiana.
Oh,
and
don't
just
forget
put
the
up these
trade rumors, man.
performances.
Don't forget, remember going to Summer League?
Yeah, of
Going to
course.
Summer League, they were like, all the Raptors are there except Pascal. Why is he not there? It's like, well, because
Yeah.
he's the subject of trade rumors. And I remember personally being in that Summer League, walking around, people stopping me because they're like, oh, you're from Toronto. What's happening with Pascal? Is he getting traded?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was talking to his agency at that time. I was talking to the Raps front office at that time. Like, it was just like a lot, man.
Yeah, no,
It was just a lot. And like, also,
funny.
it's always funny to me that all these other teams, I mean, Indiana, credit to you guys for jumping on the opportunity, but like Atlanta was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if we need Pascal. Like, I think we might hold on to AJ Griffin and
Yo,
Kobe
he
Buffett,
became
man.
AJ Griffin became Mace, man. AJ, look up Mace's career arc, man. It's the same. Mace used to ball too.
Yo, don't leave while you're hot. That's how May screwed up. Man.
Oh my god. No, but I'm
No, but like seriously, Sacramento saying, "Yo, imagine Sacramento being like, actually, no." There's a world where Sacramento could have had Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal. Like that could have just been the Kings. But
No,
they're
some-
like, no,
yeah.
give me the Chicago Bulls instead. You know?
something still doesn't sit right with me with the way things ended. Because like I know, listen,
Yeah.
man, I know Pascal wanted the max contract here, but I think it's just.
But
you
that's
know,
fair. That's like a regular. It wasn't a supermax. It was never a supermax.
Yeah.
It was just a regular 4-year contract, and
Mm-hmm.
the guy really wanted to stay in Toronto. Like the OG thing, I don't even think that much about anymore because I think New York got into OG's ear. I don't think the Raptors are ever going to pay the max for OG or 40 plus for OG that the way. I remember running into OG one year summer league, and I asked him, I'm like, "Hey man, congrats on the Knicks contract." Like, and he was super nice about it. Like, I took a photo and everything, and he was like, "I was like, yo, OG, one last thing, man. Did the Raptors ever offer you anything like that?" And he just laughed and walked away. So I think
laughed in $40 million. Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know, I mean, you know, it was a rich guy laugh, but no, but seriously, like, I think OG was whatever. Like, his previous contract was too cheap. There was a whole thing, but I thought OG was always gonna go. But Pascal was just like, man, like, he wants to be here, man. Like, he wants to be here.
Well, that's what
was-
what I wanted to say. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, the Raptors love to talk about, you know, celebrating players who want to be here. You know, until they don't want them here. So
Yeah, and you can
You
tell
know?
it's a little frosty because we've seen a lot of this past season for the Raptors was like, hey, don't look on the court. It's the 30th anniversary. Let's talk about the past. Don't look on the court right now. Let's look at the past. And you saw a lot of former Raptors involved in a lot of projects. Bell made one. Obviously, Sportsnet made a
Yeah.
doc. Open
You
Gym
know,
made a bunch of docs. Didn't see a lot of Pascal in those.
listen, it's a problem when I'm in more docs than Pascal Siakam
You were
for the
legit in more
30th
docs.
anniversary. Like, much love to all the people, but it's like when
Yeah.
I'm in Open Gym for 3 seconds every week, and I'm rocking my blank cat on our We the North
Yeah.
documentary now available on Crave, and it's like Pascal Siakam, not arguably, like definitely like a top 5 most important player for this franchise. I would argue.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
he's in the 5th spot for me, but
yeah, but like
he could have been more. If he
little,
stayed, he could have been more.
little
but whatever.
overlooked. I think a little bit underestimated along the way too. Like for him to not be involved in that stuff. And listen, like we can relitigate and revisit this all the time.
Yes, we say this all the time, but like obviously the Raptors have pivoted well since then because they have used those picks on guys like Jacoby Walter's actually the only guy they actually used one of those picks for. That was Indiana's pick from last year. I like Jacoby a lot. I think he has a good future in this league. The Raptors are very high on Jacoby. Then they were able to sort of pivot and use some of those other assets into getting Brandon Ingram, who is when healthy like a very, very good player as well, another all-star caliber player. So like they pivoted and done well. Some of the extra flexibilities, if you really want to roll up other trades into it, you can say that like obviously Ochai was a direct result of that trade because they made a subsequent trade and stuff like that. But like ultimately, I don't know. I actually don't know. I think there is like a longevity and a factor where I'm just like I will miss Pascal a lot, but I'm just super happy for him. I will have to say the Raptors have pivoted well and done well since then, but still.
Yeah. Anything else from the game?
Well, I was going to ask you. There was this. Okay, so first off, whatever. ESPN broadcast.
Is this Demon Watch? Oh no.
Oh yeah. Well, we're about to get to the real
Pascal
Demon
Watch coming. Yeah.
But I love this because in the NBA Finals, the broadcast it gets carried all across the world in different languages.
Oh, you pulled the calls for the Pascal dunk?
This Portuguese call for Pascal Siakam's dunk. Let's just all hear right now. It's gonna be a little loud, but whatever.
De vantagem, Halliburton tenta rouba a bola, faz o passe com Siakam.
That's
Pascal! Siakam volta alguém, Bridgefield, House abai!
Okay, him saying Gainesfield Bridgehouse or Bridgehouse Gainesfield, whatever they're playing at, was very funny in Portuguese. But
sounds like a soccer call.
Man.
Sounds like a soccer call to me. When they freak out over the soccer calls.
No, that was great, and it got me thinking. That was such a crazy hype dunk. Is that the best dunk of Pascal's career?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I would say yes because Pascal's not the type that usually has a lot of these like posterization type dunks, right? Just like a silky. I don't remember. Like, what are Pascal's other like signature dunks?
Well, so I saw 2 that really came to mind. There was one where he had a 2-handed dunk over Kevin Durant. This is Raptors versus Nets in like 2022. He was out in transition. He dunked on KD.
Okay.
KD was kind of like sliding into the play. It was also the third quarter of a regular season game, so it doesn't really hit the same. For a similar comparable, the NBA Finals, the last time Pascal was in it, Game 2, Fred VanVleet famously threw Pascal an alley-oop, and he threw it really high. Actually, honestly, Fred was not good at throwing lobs, but Fred threw a lob, and it was really high.
I don't remember this one.
2-on-1. And Pascal like caught it like really off balance and flushed it. It was a pretty good one, but this one had the power too. I don't know how that wasn't an and one, by the way. And of course, people are always live in the chat here. They're saying they're playing the Korean one too. Actually, yeah, let's watch it.
혼란스러워하고 있는 오케이스인데요. 수비 할리버튼.
Yo,
I mean, we could.
Mike Breen might be washed. I don't know. These two calls are better, man.
How do you say bang in Korean, man?
I don't want to.
No, we should have recreated one in Mandarin, man.
I'm gonna translate English to Korean.
Find out bang in Mandarin too.
Bong!
Bong!
Bing bong!
Halliburton! Dribble! Clutch Mamba! Clutch Mamba! Spicy Mamba! Bong! Mukbang!
That's crazy, man. Pung. Yeah, it's saying pung for which I
No, that's
I don't
no
know.
way.
Man. That's not that's
Yo, this is how you know Google's cooked, man.
I
Shouts
don't
to
I
Google.
don't I don't know if that's true, man.
Shouts to the Google
Okay, 'cause
Pixel 9. Yeah.
I don't think I don't think we're playing mahjong, man. I don't want to hear about no pung.
Oh my god.
Bang in English, bang English to Korean is kwang.
Okay. I
Kwang.
like that, man. It's like Steph Curry.
Kwang.
Kwang. Yeah.
That'd be kwang.
Okay, I should stop
That's it.
doing these. Yeah, no, I think that is the best dunk.
Yeah,
For
this
Pascal.
is-
Nice little pose after too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like perfect power finish.
Mm.
Nice posterization, like
Game
perfect
ended on that.
landing.
Game ended there, bro.
Perfect landing, all of that stuff. So, no, super happy for Pascal, man.
Yeah. Game 7 prediction?
Game 7 prediction. Is it too boring to say that I think OKC's just going to pull it out at home? Like, I think it'll be a close game.
They're going to be favored. Do you think it'll be
Yeah.
a close game, or do you think it'll be like a blowout?
I think it'll be at least close for like the first half. You know,
Okay.
first half. I have to give the Pacers credit at this point. Like, I don't know why I went into tonight expecting the Thunder to maybe just blow them out. Like, I just thought, like, after blowing
Right.
the opportunity to go up 3-1 in Game 4, you lose Game 5. Your star player is game time decision. I just thought OKC was going to overwhelm them, but you know, we've seen a couple stinkers from OKC, but we also know these games never carry over from game to game. So
Yeah.
I guess
There's
that's my
zero
long way of
momentum in this
saying,
series,
yeah. And listen, like OKC, it's a tough position for OKC in terms of like when you're expected to win, it's like you're not gonna get a lot of credit. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's like we're talking so much about the Pacers, but OKC wins on Sunday. They get to cap off an incredible season, and we get to celebrate both teams. Yeah, and I think OKC is gonna win, but I'd be thrilled. I'd be thrilled if the Pacers can pull this out. I think this would be. I don't even know. I mean, we could do this after Sunday if they win, but it's like this would have to be like the most miraculous like champion in a while.
Yeah. No.
Like to get the whole thing done.
I think honestly, okay. So the basketball analyst in me, I'm saying OKC is going to win. And
Yes.
And I've been predicting OKC in 5, now OKC in 6. I guess I'm now saying OKC in 7.
Yeah.
The narrative, the part of me that's like, I don't know, like the right side of the brain, let's say, I'm like, man, emotionally it doesn't make sense. This will be like in Lord of the Rings of like, you know, they hold strong at Helm's Deep, okay? Then they go to Gondor, right? They fight off the orcs again in the Battle of Pelennor Fields. You know,
This sounds like all the places my doctor went to yesterday in the colonoscopy.
oh, no, that's coming up. That's coming up.
Yeah, full colonoscopy recap coming up. Send your questions. Don't get banned with these questions. You know.
They march the gate of Mordor. Okay, the
no,
mouth
they-
of Sauron comes out.
Oh, I felt the mouth of Sauron yesterday.
Yeah. Who here has the authority to treat? Anyway, they slice off his head. Okay,
Yeah.
They're surrounded. You got Frodo, you got Sam, you got Gollum. They're in Mount Doom and they're battling it out. And at the very end, this will be like if Frodo puts on the ring and then walks out and then promptly gives that thing straight to Sauron and they win. That's what it will feel like if if Indiana does all this to
man.
this point in Game 7 and they don't do it.
All I'm saying is like, you know,
It'll just feel weird.
Just because you put on the ring doesn't mean, you know, you can have a happy ending. So
Oh,
yeah, it's this
divorce joke.
Yo, did you just do a Jalen Williams reaction?
Yep.
This guy just lost his
Oh,
Shouts to Nick Gallo for throwing in the white towel for the Thunder, you know, after.
yo.
So my theory for Game 7 though is
Yep.
that so we know that Scott Foster was getting a little criticism for some of his
he
calls
was. Yeah.
there in Game 4, and then Rick Carlisle, Rick Carlisle's a G, man. Rick Carlisle
Yeah.
goes to the podium the next day and is like, Scott Foster is, you know, one of the best referees that we've seen. Like, you got to leave him alone. And you know, I saw my brother Tony Brothers tonight, you know, reffing, and yo, Zach Sarver's face card, but like, yo, Double Z's,
who's the most handsome ref, man?
yo, Double Z's face card, but like,
It's definitely not Hayward work.
I'm thinking Scotty Foster is getting lined up for Game 7. No, like I think he's in rotation. I think he's next.
Oh,
yeah.
he's next, man.
So I'm thinking Carlisle with the little glazing on Foster. I don't know. Maybe the Pacers get 40 free throws on Sunday. You don't know because Carlisle plays the long game. So the
It's
long
pretty
game's coming.
incredible because low-key, like, them losing game 4 should have been so devastating, right? Because they had the lead and then they blew it in the fourth quarter. It was so unlike the Pacers.
It is still devastating because like you do the what if and you're like, oh, they could have won the title tonight.
This could have been the title run. But also,
Goddamn.
I felt like OKC played like they knew that there was another game coming. You know, like the desperation, all the plays, all the hustle plays, like they were all favoring Indiana. For me, what I liked for Indiana in this on too is just Halliburton didn't have to stress himself that much, man. You know, he didn't have to play extra minutes. He didn't play the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I
think he played like 23 minutes, right? And it wasn't, and it never felt stressful for him. Like he was just trying to find his rhythm early, and was able to make a couple of shots, and then he came out of that nice. And yeah, I don't know. The more I think about the Thunder, they remind me a little bit of the '08 Celtics, because I remember the '08 Celtics had to go like 7 games against Atlanta in the first round, and like there was just times when you didn't feel like it didn't
was it
feel.
Atlanta or was that Chicago? Was that the
I think they went Atlanta. I think it was the Zaza Pachulia when he was game 7.
Right.
But it's like that was a 1-8 matchup, and I think the home team just won every game in that series, and the OKC reminds you a little bit of that because like they'll look dominant for a lot of these games, and they'll show you exactly why they've been this great team, and then you'll see like little slip ups here and there, right? Like not a big deal, like losing one blowout game to the Timberwolves, or like even tonight, but it's like sometimes it takes them a little bit to really kind of put their foot down, and I think that's just a sign of a young team. And yeah, like I'm not gonna like give OKC a hard time because like they've been the best team, and they've got the one game on home court to win the title. So
I think if any lesson here is that like you just, it's all due respect to Indiana. I think I don't respect OKC any less, man.
Fair.
They're clearly a great team, you know, and I think that they will be. I mean, this is why you had the benefit of home crowd too. Game 7, it's very, very hard for the road team to win.
Yeah, it's tough.
Except for when Boston didn't Boston go to LA and then like beat them by 30 or something in Game 7?
No, that was at home. Yeah,
that was at home. Okay,
that was on a Rick Auerbach backcourt. Yeah.
Rick Auerbach. Yo, let's wait for him to win the second title first, man. That's still red for me.
What did I say?
Rick Auerbach? Yo, I don't know, man. The Rick Carlisle gas is going a little too far.
No, but
Rick Carlisle gas, by the way.
Yeah.
Got a surprise video to show you.
He got a colonoscopy too. He got gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You're just laying these up right now.
So you know how ESPN got bullied into showing
I already know this,
national
but
anthem and
I'll
stuff.
pretend to be surprised. Yeah.
So they also, I guess, somebody found a clip of the starting lineup introduction.
Yes.
So you can choose the music of what you're walking out to, and well, I'll let the clip play itself. That's Halliburton coming
Oh my God! Yo, there's no way there's no way he picked that though. I don't know.
Carlo coming out to Many Men is so good.
He's like, many men want to see me in OKC. Yo, he should have. Yo, he got to come out.
That's so tough,
He
man.
got to do a road music in Game 7. He got to come out to hate it or love it, man.
Ooh, coming up confused for mama kissing a girl.
Yeah.
Confusion occurs coming up in a cold
Daddy
world.
ain't around, probably out committing felonies. Oh my God, man.
My favorite rapper used to say, "Go beat OKC."
Oh man. Yeah, you know, I saw that's
Love these guys, man.
that's the
That's
last
sick.
of you know, we don't have a lot of real aura left because I feel like we're overusing the term aura these days because
Yeah, for sure. 100%,
I saw MLB official account post a photo of Shohei Ohtani showing up in like New Balance slacks and like, you know, like just a regular outfit, and they were like aura, and I was like, all right, it's over now.
Yeah, that's tough. Man.
Like Shohei
That's
Ohtani's
tough.
an incredible athlete, but that was no.
That was just a
aura,
regular picture, man.
But I think Rick Auerbach's got he's got the aura, man. Like,
oh man,
he's already got the beating the Heatles on his resume.
yeah.
Like he's one of the top coaches already. Like, he's stamped. But man, if he gets this win, like that's the thing. Like, I'm already so impressed with the Pacers. Like, it honestly doesn't matter what they do on Sunday. Like, it does because it's the championship. No, it does because it's the championship. But I will
finish this thing, man.
Man, I just
finish this
road
thing.
game 7 is so tough. But I would be so happy if the Pacers finish this story like Cody Rhodes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a wrestling.
Great reference.
Yes. Yeah. So
Jerome, the voice of God.
yeah, the voice of God is crazy, dog. All right. Anything else from this game? Are we doing the Pascal Demin?
Oh yeah, I guess we gotta discuss. Hold on.
Everyone
Do I
in
have
the
a picture
chat
of
is
it?
like, talk
Here we
about
go.
it. Talk about it.
So this is not the video of this, but this is the Pacers pregame huddle, and in the video form of this, so they're doing the pregame huddle, and then Pascal tilts his head back, and then just kind of keeps his like eyes like rolled back into the back of his head, so you can only see the whites.
Like some Undertaker's like.
Yeah,
stuff,
and he did this for like
Undertaker.
3 seconds at least.
Yeah. Well, the
so-
running joke during, I guess, online during the playoffs is like they've like sacrificed. The Pacers have sacrificed a bunch of people to go on this satanic run.
That's fine, man.
Yeah, I
Yo,
didn't.
Lord of the Rings, yo, the Fellowship had to sacrifice Boromir, man.
I didn't know
Haldir fell in the movie, you know?
I didn't know we're doing satanic panic during the 2025
Yo,
finals.
satanic P, man. Let's go.
Oh my.
Yo, by the way, can we get playoff P to Pascal?
God.
We're snatching that thing from Paul George.
No,
man.
we
Here
giving
you go,
it.
P.
We giving it to our boy at Skechers, playoff Powell, man. Norm Powell.
Multiple playoff P's. Oh, see, this is okay. This is thank you, Jerome. Look at this. What's happening there? What's happening there?
Yo,
Something-
that's not even aura farming, man. That's like satanic farming, man.
I don't know. They're farming something.
No, that's insane, man. This guy. I need to know if Pascal's got the Exorcist on Letterboxd.
Oh
This guy's
man.
wilding out. Oh yeah, someone pointed out because Pascal dressed up as 50 Cent one
He
of these
did.
classic Halloween, so he
He-
might have
he did
passed
it.
off. He might have passed off a little vinyl of "Get Rich or Die Trying" to Rick Carlisle.
I think Rick Carlisle's been coaching the NBA for 30 years, and so
Yo,
he's heard
Rick
many
Carlisle-
men 100
Rick
times.
Carlisle's been around for Mace, and then Mace retiring, and then
Yeah,
Mace being
man.
back.
Come on, man.
Oh my God!
Shouts
Yeah.
to Rick Carlisle, man.
Someone
Was he
said
he wasn't
Raiden-
always bald, right? He had hair before.
No. Rick had a nice little cut up top back in like 2003.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, Raiden from Mortal Kombat. That's a great call out, man.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Rick
Damn.
Carlisle's playing career too, man. I love when people gas up the playing career too.
I swear to God, he played with like Don Nelson on the Celtics.
He did. No,
or
he was
something.
on like those like all-time greats. Like, you know how they always say the '86 Celtics are like one of the greatest
Yeah.
teams ever. He was on that team, but he averaged 2 points a game. Shouts to
Yo,
Rick
Rick's
Carlisle,
got
man.
Rick's like he should write a book because he's got great stories, man. Like
Isn't
think
he a
about
pilot? He's a pilot too, apparently. Because
Really?
McMahon's always talking about, like Tim McMahon's always talking about how like he'll fly in the same plane with Rick.
Oh,
especially
shit.
between Indiana and like I don't know if he flies to the game, but I'm pretty sure Rick Carlisle's like pilot. Hold on.
Yo,
Also,
if-
I heard he's a really good pianist as well, man.
Say what? Oh,
He's a
okay.
great
Yeah.
pianist,
Okay.
man.
No, I think if Rick flies himself to the games, that would be off the charts, bro. Like,
Yeah. Hold on. I don't think he flies himself to the game. Yeah, Rick Carlisle, the head coach of the Indiana Pacers, is also a licensed pilot with instrument rating, according to multiple NBA news sources. He's logged over 650 hours of flight time, including
Yo,
50
hold
jet hours as a pilot in command.
hold up, man.
He uses his flying skills to travel for personal reasons and basketball-related trips, including flying TJ McConnell to a game.
How does an NBA head coach who are always grinding tape and have 650 hours in them to become a pilot on the side? This is like a crazy side quest, man.
Yeah, no, this is incredible, man. Shouts to Rick Carlisle, man.
No, I love
Calling
Rick,
him
man.
Rick Auerbach. I support that.
That was I didn't even mean to do that, man.
Yeah.
That was an accidental joke, man. Yeah. Go Pacers on Sunday, man. I think most people. I mean, obviously, if you're in OKC, or maybe if you love Shea, or like you're Kenrich Williams' family, like you'll be rooting for the Thunder. But it feels
I
like
mean, lots of Canadians will be rooting for.
sure, but
let's
it
be
feels
real,
it
come
feels
on.
like the Pacers are becoming everyone's team.
If you're,
I think they're
I feel
becoming
like they've won
everyone's
the
team.
neutral fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there we
you
go.
I think last thing before we go to the six pack is
Yes, sir.
Michael Grange hit us once again
Oh, okay, yes.
with another Grange scooter report.
Scooter update.
All right, Indianapolis for Game 6. I might have predicted Thunder in 6. If it happens, it's going to be a huge night for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Finals MVP, leading scorer, league MVP. Just a giant night for Canadian basketball, not to mention Lou Dort. And if it doesn't happen, if this thing goes 7, I think we can look at Pascal Siakam having a huge game. Former Raptor, big man now for Indiana. And of course, Andrew Nemhard, who's been really, really tough this series.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to need him if Halliburton
Right.
is not himself. So we'll see. Could be the last Scooter report of the season.
Nah, man. Grange, get back out there, man. Also,
Yo,
I
yo,
never
Grange.
Yo, Grange giving us the POV from his crotch is great.
Dog, Grange. I love you, Grange.
This angle is amazing, man. Don't
You know,
change, Grange. Don't change.
Someone
I
said
take back what I
same
said, man.
POV as Alex's doctor yesterday. Yo, listen, I was on my side. At least when I was
Your
sedated.
side, you Jerry.
Grange, I love you, dog. But that was a minute Magic Johnson tweet in real life, dog.
Yo,
this
shouts to
man
Grange,
said
man.
this man said if the Thunder win, it'll be because of Shea, and if we go 7, it'll be because of Pascal. This guy's going out on a limb.
Yo, I thought he was gonna call something crazy like Johnny Furphy's gonna. Swing
Yo,
this
Grange,
one.
I love you, man. Also, shout out, I'm drinking from a Mark Strong cup.
Oh, you sipping on the Strizzy
Here tonight,
Strizzy
man.
mug?
Yeah, I got the Striz flowing through me tonight.
Mm.
But yeah, shouts to Grange. So one more Scooter video coming up in Game 7. It's a shame we can't get him on the program. It'd be nice to get a little.
Let's lobby our city councilors, man. Let's
It'd be
let's
nice
get scooters legalized in Toronto, man.
Be nice to get a little city report, like Game 7, vibe check from Grange, man.
Oh, he's sending one because like these are.
You think
getting
he's
more and more
allowed?
popular.
Can you DM him and be like, just send us a 20-second like vibe check video, like just for hello? Or
Yeah, I think so, man. Grange,
you sure?
Grange, just go.
Okay, can you make that happen? That seems easier than asking for yes sir shirts because that's been going on for 2.5 months.
TBD. Well, there's 2 days. Yeah. TBD.
Okay, sick.
TBD.
All right, that wraps up our Game 6 coverage.
That's Game 6. It's time now for your NBA six-pack.
Six-pack. You'll know
at Stephen LeBron. on
Please follow
Letterboxd.
at Stephen LeBron on Letterboxd. Got some good traction last time. Let's get me to 200 followers.
Oh wow.
And watch 28 Days Later last night.
Okay.
Well, just to get ready for 28.
That's the NBA Finals, man.
Just to get ready for 20 years later next week.
Yeah.
Gotta hit the theaters again. But
Yo, how are you picking these movies, by the way, man? 28 Days Later, The Hateful Eight, Burn
yeah,
After
it's just-
Reading, The Last of Sheila,
I got
Raising Arizona.
I got
Barton Fink. Who is that, man?
Yo, that's I was on a Coen Brothers run. Come on, man.
Barton Fink, bro.
Where my
That sound-
where my
sounds like
cinephiles at?
Sounds like a Red
Stand
Sox
up.
from 1910.
Anyways, six-pack, please follow Letterboxd. Number one item here, NBA draft update. By the way, as you know, next Wednesday we will be at NBA Courtside Restaurant.
That's
so
right.
Make sure you come through. We have a link. Go to our Instagram to check out the link to reserve a table. I believe we reserved like 45 to 50 seats.
Yeah.
And there are still some seats available.
There's
I know
like 20 seats available, so we need let's get 4 more good tables in on, and then we're
Yeah,
good.
let's get a couple of tables going, and we'll be, draft starts at 8. We'll be there around 7. Just come hang out, have some great food there. They'll have the draft on all of their TVs. NBA Courtside is a great venue, and we're super excited to be there.
Yep.
React to all the picks. React to the Raptors 9th pick. React to the Raptors trading the 9th pick if they do that.
Hey.
And
Could happen.
yeah, it'll be super fun. So
Yeah.
news coming out
And
this
we'll be
week.
doing a live show from there.
Yes,
to be clear,
live
yes.
show.
Yeah.
Live show as well.
So,
Hope they take
there's your chance to come on the pod.
Cedric Coward.
Could be.
Raptors hosted a workout this week that included Egor Demin from BYU.
Egor Demin, man. Yo, stop calling him
Oh god.
Igor Demin, man.
This is gonna
This ain't a Tyler the Creator music.
This is gonna
video.
get clipped like when I was like, "Who is Scotty Barnes?"
Yeah.
Chucky Hepburn.
Oh, I thought you were saying
from-
Chucky Atkins, man.
From
we bringing
is that
Chucky Atkins
related
back?
to Audrey Hepburn.
Uh-huh.
Clifford Omarui from Alabama,
Sick,
and of
sick,
course
sick.
the headline item here for us, Hansen Yang,
Yes, sir.
worked out with the Toronto Raptors. So I know when we spoke with Bobby Webster on the 3rd floor of Holt Renfrew on Bloor, that he did say that he had narrowed. They had narrowed their draft board down to 5 prospects for the number 9 pick. So, what's the reaction here of hearing that these 4 guys got worked out this week?
Well, I don't think any of these guys will be picked by the Raptors at 9.
Okay.
These seem like trade down candidates. With all due respect to both of these prospects, I think maybe in looking back, you can certainly see that, in the future, if Egor's shooting, in particular from three, really does translate, I could see him being like a big point guard that can also stretch it a little bit. And he's not really a plus defender, but he has good size, but a really, really good passer, I think he's, but I think that kind of game only really activates if you're able to really physically impose yourself and use your size, kind of like how Scotty plays 6'9" point guard. Like when he's good, he's able to like really impose himself and hit the paint. Or you need to have the shooting to really stretch it out and be one of these sort of like big prototypical point guards. So, but that could be possible, and I could definitely see, especially if Vision 6'9" is once again revived from the dead, that the Raptors could take a longer look at a guy like Demin, Demin. Hansen Yang will be really, really interesting. I mean, look, the two of us, being Chinese, like this is probably the best Chinese player to come in since Yao. Like, I mean, I'm gonna pull that card of, Jeremy Lin does have an American passport, so
Yeah, that's fair.
we're talking to Chinese, like from the mainland and everything. So, he's very skilled, and I think there's probably always gonna be concerns with these 7-footers that come out. It's about the foot speed, can they guard? Are they physical enough? I mean, honestly, you could probably look at these concerns when Yao Ming even got drafted. I mean, clearly Yao Ming is a totally different level, but he's very skilled, man. He's very skilled. I think we've done previous episodes where we've watched tape of what he can do, and I never really seriously considered him at 9 because I just don't think that he would go for 9. But there's other picks in this draft where I think there's opportunities for the Raptors to trade back if they really wanted to. Now, of course, like. I think what Bobby told us was that there's a group of 5 that they've narrowed it down to they like, right? So, that could be in all sorts of ranges. I do think that if the Raptors, if it kind of goes mostly chalk, I think the Raptors probably want Malawak more than anything else. And I'd be curious to see if he's actually worked out for the Raps as well, because I think he would fall in the Raptors' range. Probably the bottom of his range could be that. But, like, there's teams with multiple picks. Like Atlanta's at 13. They have 13, and they also have 22. If there's somebody that's available at 9, someone starts sliding, could someone trade up to jump with the Raptors? So I think part of this is also due diligence. But I mean, I think Hansen has done a really good job of increasing his stock from the combine, where he measured at like he had like one of the biggest hands. He also did really well in the scrimmages as well, like stuff like that. Like there's basically the way that I understand from a lot of the combine stuff is that like. Pretty much everybody's a first rounder doesn't play in the 5-on-5 scrimmages. So it's like a lot of guys battling for second round picks, a lot of guys battling for a chance to maybe even be an undrafted free agent like Jamison Battle was last year for us. And the two standouts that you can really look back on in that time, this is like in May, was like Ryan Nembhard, who has certainly gotten a lot more traction. And, I think it helps that his brother's, doing so well in the finals. And I think Hansen was another guy. And I think Hansen clearly has that skill to score with both hands. He has a good jump hook, both sides. He's very comfortable in the post. He's pretty crafty. I mean, look, I'm not going to say that, he's Chinese Jokic, but that is one of his nicknames over on that side of the world, So I'd be pretty excited. I think that if the Raptors ultimately end up with either of these two guys, it won't be at 9. It'll be with them trading down. But again, there's multiple opportunities to trade down. And I'm just I'll be excited to see sort of what Hansen does over the course of his career. By the way, Brooklyn also has 19, 26, and 27 in addition to having the 8th pick in this draft.
Yeah, well,
so there's another chance to maybe consolidate and move a couple picks. Although I think they're probably trying to move those picks into a star player.
I think they're holding those for to make a move on Giannis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's reheat Giannis watch.
Actually, the Brooklyn thing is interesting because of Joe Tsai as their owner, maybe bring in Hansen as because didn't they had the other Asian
Jackie Sway.
Yeah, they had Jackie Sway.
Yeah. They had Jackie Sway.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if that is something that happens. But
I don't think that's a surprise either.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to hopefully like we need more Asians in the NBA, man. I feel like
he's gonna make it in the league. By the way, I did see someone point this out. That's true. I mean, maybe if Yang slides, like maybe if he like the Raptors do have 39 as well.
Yeah.
So maybe he's in that range, but I actually do think he might be in the first round. To be honest.
Mark Tatum in the back getting ready to announce Hansen Yang, man. Oh man, that's gonna be fire, bro.
Asian Heritage Moment, day 2 of the draft coming up.
You're doing.
Where will Hansen go?
You doing that day by yourself, bro.
Man.
Former Rutgers star Ace Bailey Projected early on to go number 3, was scheduled to have a visit with the Sixers later this week. The Sixers, of course, have the number 3 pick, but canceled on them yesterday. And his pre-draft strategy, he's currently the only US-based prospect to not have visited any teams in the lottery draft range that he's expected to go.
Right.
And he's had this whole strategy. I think it's become a bit of a talking point where he's just not working out for teams. People are questioning his representation and how they're handling this whole process. I don't know if you've been following this or if you have anything to add to this, because I'm guessing from a Raptor standpoint, he's not going to slide all the way to where the Raps are. But
the only thing I don't like is how he's being painted as if he's a bad character.
I think he's getting. Guy. I think we know like a lot of these
like
draft,
difficult or problematic.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I think
fair.
a lot of these draft guys,
kid,
especially, they just join. Like they sign with agents, they have managers around them, and honestly, sometimes we know from dealing with athletes, like a lot of those decisions are made by the people around them, and the players are too young sometimes to know what's good or what's bad, or maybe just too young to even speak up. It seems to me, obviously without knowing anything, this seems like one of those situations.
I just think that maybe in general, I feel uncomfortable with the idea of like people painting character concerns onto a young kid.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that's completely
At the same time, is this draft process helping him go as high as possible? Yeah. No, it's not. But maybe he's not trying to go as high as possible.
That's
fair. I think that if you look at the draft order in terms of like, the places that you could potentially end up, I mean, for a guy like Ace Bailey, like, I mean, if he thinks he can be a star, and honestly, he definitely has star potential. I don't think you want to be a star in Charlotte. I don't think you want to be a star in Utah. I don't really think you want to be a star in Washington. Maybe Washington's not terrible. New Orleans. I mean, you just heard some of the stories about New Orleans. I never heard a good story about New Orleans' organization ever. And then Brooklyn at 8 will be really interesting. I mean, I don't know if he slides that far. But like again, like it's a big market, and people like to go to Brooklyn, right? So. Yeah, I mean, that could be like maybe the 4D chess that he's trying to play or whatever. But ultimately, especially leading up to the draft, you are, especially as a an agent for your players, you're just trying to make your player look as good as possible, hide as many of his weaknesses, try to proactively address those through interviews or through both public, through media, and also through individuals behind the scenes with teams. And you're sometimes trying to guide a player to go to a certain place, but like, at the same time, you definitely, the last thing you want to do is make your kids look bad. And I do feel like some of the stuff makes them look a little bad.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I think this has been the big story coming out, so it'll be interesting. And then one last little footnote about the draft as well. Am I going to pronounce this right? My guy, Con Knipple.
Yes, sir.
Yes. The Areola. Was a guest on the Bill Simmons podcast. Also revealed himself to be a huge Bill Simmons fan.
Yo, he's a stan. Like
growing up,
he read the big book of basketball.
Yeah, read the book of basketball. I think he listened to a lot of or read even Bill's draft retrospectives and things like that. I want to challenge.
Yo, you and Russillo were right about me after that Duke game in the Final Four. Yo. I was like, what?
He's like, yo, those Klosterman pods, man, they hit different.
He's like, man, half-baked ideas?
I'm challenging the nipple to a Bill Simmons face-off, man. Like, I know more Bill than Con Knipple.
Well,
I know more Bill,
man.
Yo, listen, he's like what, 21, 22, whatever he
is.
Like
19, man. He's 19.
Yeah, like I've consumed twice as much Bill, man. I've gotten more Bill than he can remember, so it's all I'm saying. Man.
By the way, that pod was very funny because first off, Bill doesn't usually do this, right? Like he's not he's not a draft guy. He's not even trying to pump these guys up.
Yeah.
And then the whole tone of the interview was kind of Bill calling him like it was his uncle or something. He's like,
you don't want to go to the Hornets.
You working out well, you know what I mean? It was great. It came from a place of care. I never seen that side of him before, man.
Yeah, no, that's no, it's great, man. This goes back to, I've always said I want someone in 2029 to a Canadian from Toronto to be like, yeah, I listen to Hello. I listen. Yo, I used to be in the live chat in Hello, and then
yo, Top Shot Tesla makes it to the league.
And like that would be so cool, you know. It's like, man, like I was randomly at Whole Renfrew, man, and then saw that Bobby Webster interview and decided to go hoop after.
Oh yeah, what was that? Jordan's family got like his like cousin or whatever. That
yeah,
he, like,
won
the
the autographed jersey.
Maybe that kid
so.
goes. Well, he was trying to tell that kid had so much moxie because Bobby was hanging around afterwards, and then he was like going up to Bobby. He's like, "Yo, man, draft class of 2032, man.
Yo,
watch out for me."
Let's get him in the lab, man.
Sick.
Let's send him to China for 6 years, and then he can come back ready, man.
Ready to do what? Speak Chinese?
Let's get him in the lab.
Ready to be an interpreter?
Anyways, the challenge has been issued to Con Knipple.
If Con slides to the Raps, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, bro!
You guys.
My God!
You guys
with the Louis
Louis
Vuitton Con. Oh my God!
Oh man.
I can't wait. All right, next item here. So it's reported yesterday that the famous Bus family are selling the Lakers for a $10 billion price tag, and they will be selling the majority ownership to Mark Walter, who is the CEO and chairman of TWG Global, but more importantly, they own the Dodgers as well. Jeannie Buss of Winning Time will continue to serve in her role as governor after the sale. So the late Jerry Buss bought the Lakers in 1979 for $67.5 million, and 46 years later, the family is selling it for $10 billion. So, yeah, Lakers got Luka. You know, they got this new ownership now. I'm sure even if you don't follow baseball, you know the Dodgers are like the biggest spenders in baseball.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Of course, like Lakers, you know, in the NBA has got the second apron and all that stuff. But like this is good news for Lakers fans, and I know everyone loves the Lakers.
It was kind of interesting because I think someone did some digging, and the group, the financial group that purchased the Lakers, and I guess they're already minority owners, but they just obviously purchased the majority share. Apparently, they had just gotten like I think 10 million or maybe 15 million from a Saudi state-backed fund.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, this is not direct state ownership in the way that like PSG, for example, is like directly owned by the Qatari state fund, but like. I've always thought that like you're gonna run out of billionaires, especially in North America.
Right.
And is the NBA actually ready to do business on this scale with like, you know, the people who actually have this style of money? Like, you know, when valuations get to the point where Celtics sell for 6, you know, Lakers sell for a valuation of 10, the Raptors sold for. I mean, I guess it was MLSE with Leafs and Raptors and TFC and Argos combined, but I think the valuation was like 12 billion Canadian. So I think that's like, I don't know, 9 US, maybe 8.5. Actually, what's the dollar at these days? But regardless, like when you have these like when you have these crazy high valuations, like you're actually going to run out of room, and then you're going to have to like invite sort of these other sort of revenue streams into it. I'm not even passing judgment, but I'm just like.
No, I think
we're always gonna hit this point because again, I follow a lot of soccer. Like this is what happened in soccer a lot. Like, you know, City, for example, got bought. You know what I mean? Like, you know, AC Milan. Like, yeah, this is just a pretty common. PSG is like the prime example of this.
No, I think you make a good point here because, I mean, for as much as people care about this, like you are seeing a different type of ownership come in for a lot of these teams, right? And it's not to say like, listen, Mark Cuban had a lot of money when he bought the Mavericks, but like
there was a different scale, man.
Yes,
we're talking a different scale, man.
But like some of these owners were very like visible and still had this like kind of not like mom and pop shop feel, but they were like very hands on, all of this stuff. Where now it feels like it's just these kind of like you mentioned, like money coming from overseas or like global conglomerates and stuff. And it's interesting to see that the last 2 teams that have sold here are the Celtics and the Lakers. Like these are arguably, you know, the 2 most historic franchises.
Oh, these are the 2 headline franchises.
And you see the writing on the wall a little bit of like, you know, the as the money goes up, as the cost of just like owning a team and all of this stuff, like even some of these really rich owners who want to be part of that group are just cashing out. Yeah. Like it's not. I think it's just not worth it at some point. Especially, it's like, yo, if you're the Boston owner, Weck Rosbeck, I hate saying his name.
Wick.
That's what they.
Yo, rich people have a whole new set of names, man. I swear.
That's what they call me the last 48 hours. Like if you just won another championship, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay like $600 million to run a team and stuff. And same for the Bus family. Like, this is a huge cash out for them. We know they've had their like ups and downs with the family drama and stuff, like the kids trying to figure out like, you know, how to run the team and stuff. But still, it's like, yeah, it's I think it's a good time for these types of owners to cash out. But you're right, it's like bringing a new type of face, different type of face to what like NBA ownership means.
Right. Yeah, so this is what Windhorst said, the reporting, because I want to be clear on this. Windhorst said on his pod, in late April, TWG Global raised $15 billion to, quote, build up sizable stakes in a range of sports assets. $10 billion of that money, $10 billion of that $15 billion evaluation that just funding that they're able to raise, $10 billion was invested in by a firm in Abu Dhabi. 2 months later, TWG buys the Lakers for $10 billion.
Yeah, I know Silver has been asked a lot about that stuff too.
It's happening. No, I mean seriously, you're gonna run out of rich people. Like you're gonna have to. This is the part of the world you're gonna have to go to.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yep.
Anything else to add about this Lakers news?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Lakers is funny. It's funny because like again, because the league has like, I guess inflation has hit the rich people in the leagues, but like the Lakers weren't really one of the richer franchises, which is always kind of funny, you know, in terms of like their relevance and their sort of prominence and standing. So I don't think that this means what I'm actually really curious in is I can definitely see the backlash to when they do the next CBA, not this one, but like the next one, maybe in like 3-4 years or whatever. I can definitely see the pushback being, let's ease up on this essentially second apron and all that shit. And then at that point, I can definitely see all this extra money mattering. But right now, it doesn't really matter.
Well, I think, I mean, I know totally different topic, but I think they are going to head that way with the CBA because like I think the players are going to want that to ease up too, right?
Sure,
like it's reaching a point where it's like, you know, we've talked about like the elimination of like the middle class in the NBA, and with the second apron too, you're not going to get full max contracts. You're not going to get full max contracts get handed out as much either. So even though these max contracts are like going up to the point where guys are making 70-80 million a year, like I think we're like I think we're like 5 years away from like $100 million player if the cap keeps going up. Like. We're getting there. We're getting there, man.
Well, I mean, we'll see. By the way, this does lend more credence to the idea of that Luka trade being one of the greatest fixes of all time.
Man, nothing was fixed, man. I trust Nico Harrison. I trust Ernst & Young. I trust Adam Silver. All three of those are very credible groups to me. So.
It just worked out perfectly that Luka gets traded to the Lakers. The Lakers buff their valuation and get sold for $10 billion. It helps the NBA because this is a win over for the NBA. Because this is the most that any professional sporting franchise in soccer and football, wherever, has been sold for. Like the richest ever sale is an NBA team. It helps that sale. And of course, the Mavericks is like, oh man, you just lost Luka in this terrible trade. Boom, here you go, Cooper Flag.
No, never confuse. Sick, it's kind of sick. Never confuse incompetence for conspiracy. Next up, we reached a point now. You know, apologies if anybody's like eating their breakfast or something while listening to this. Maybe just skip like 9 minutes ahead. So yeah, last time I talked about having to go prep and go for my colonoscopy this week, my first ever.
Yes, sir.
And I'm here. You know, I went through my colonoscopy yesterday. This is you know, ask me anything. I'm happy to walk through the process here.
First and foremost, hello, Jerome.
Hi, guys.
I'm looking forward to a full play-by-play breakdown of your run later. You already know at this point. Alex, on behalf of everybody, first and foremost, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just here to check in on Alex.
Yeah, everything's great. You know, the doctor came back with just great news. I'll be going back in 5 years to get my next colonoscopy. I guess usually you start getting them when you're age 45.
Yeah,
my family does have some. Yeah, my family does have some history of like colon cancer. So just talked to my family doctor. Was like, oh, let's just get started on this a little early. So
nice.
Yes, be proactive. Yeah.
Love that,
was
man.
able.
Take care of your health, bro.
Yeah, health awareness. But now let's get to the jokes.
Okay. So process-wise, we know that you were given like they usually give you a slice, like a piece of paper before you get the appointment, and then that little booklet they explain that like. For 36 hours, you can't eat, and like for the last for like a 24-hour period in between there, you can only drink clear liquids, and then after a certain point, you can't drink any liquids at all. So take us through like your 2 days basically of
yeah.
torture.
So my appointment was on Wednesday. So Tuesday was my prep day. So I could not eat all day. I was drinking water. I could drink clear. I guess they specified ginger ale, so I was drinking some like Verner's and
Oh,
like
Verner's.
Canada
Shout out
Dry.
Verner's.
Yo, Jerome, when I hit that Verner's at like 4 p.m., I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
It is so good.
Yeah, and like
nice.
so at 2 p.m. I have to take these pills like Dolacax or whatever
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
called. And I guess that's supposed to prep your stomach, and then they give you
Sure.
this like I had to go to Shoppers to buy this like this 2-liter like bottle with like powder, and it's called Peg Light.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to put water with the
Well, you got
powder,
Peg
mix the
later, so
solution.
it's
Yeah, so actually, I think it's like 2 or 4 liters of water, and then at 5 p.m. I'm supposed to start drinking the solution every 10 minutes.
Right.
And this is when it starts triggering the reaction.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
So again, man, if you guys are eating breakfast, just skip 9 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
So like this is my first time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be stuck at home drinking this solution. It's all chill. I have it by my bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm a cinephile. I'm gonna throw on Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
tell you, it took me 6 hours to finish that movie.
Oh my god. How long is the actual runtime for Hateful Eight? Because it is not a short movie.
It is a 3-hour movie.
It is a 3-hour movie.
But
yeah.
5 minutes in, I'm like, okay, I gotta go make my first trip because this solution like just really hits you
Yeah.
right away. Starts
Oh, for sure,
cleansing,
yeah.
starts cleansing your body. So for like an hour, I'm drinking this like disgusting solution. So I finish half of it at 5, and then the rest of the night is just like running to the washroom, and then I have
You
to wake
sleep at
up.
all?
Oh, I slept pretty good. Yeah, so I
Oh,
finished.
really?
that's good.
On
Yeah, I
empty
finished-
stomach and you're peeing all
Yeah,
the time. Okay, all
I
right.
finished Hateful Eight and then went to sleep, but I had to wake up. My appointment was at 12, so then I had to wake up at 6 to finish the rest of the solution. 6 hours
yeah, that's right. They make you
before.
drink the rest of the morning, right?
Yeah, so I wake up at 6, and that was getting kind of miserable for me because like
Right.
I'm on an empty stomach. Like this solution just
Right.
tastes
Yo,
terrible.
what's Peg Light taste like?
Yo, it tastes
Yo, you
tastes
Peggy
like
Olsen, man.
Oh no.
I don't know, man. It tasted demonic, man. Like it was just
Uh-huh.
like no, because like you can't eat or drink anything else. So that's like the thing. That's the
Right, right,
taste
right.
that you
Yeah.
have. So
Oh,
then
right.
you
It would just be persistently that taste for
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going through that whole process from like 6 to 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I head to I head there to get my colonoscopy, and then it was pretty chill. It was all Asian crew taking care of me, which made me feel at home.
They saw your government name and they're like, we're
I
gonna
was
need
like-
assistance on this one.
The guy started talking to me about the Blue Jays like out of
Yeah.
nowhere, and I
Alright.
was like, oh, does he know I'm into sports? And I realized, oh no, I can't dox myself. Anyways,
Oh,
right,
I realized it was kind of that, and then
Yeah,
and
okay,
then
sure.
and then we started talking about the Raptors
Mm-hmm.
and all this stuff, and then they put you under sedation, right?
yeah.
And then so they're like, yeah, it's gonna be a 30-minute procedure,
Yep.
gonna knock you out real quick. And the guy was joking with me. He was like, yo, just gonna put some soy sauce in you, bro.
No.
I'm not trying to hear
God.
yuck jokes while you're about to pump me up.
But the
man.
thing is, before I even could laugh, I was knocked out.
He's like,
So then I get knocked out. I wake up and I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, only 1 minute has passed. So I like tell the nurse, I'm like, yo, I don't think I'm sedated. I shouldn't be up right now.
Right,
She's
right.
like, yo, we're done. It's been 30 minutes. Like I didn't
Oh.
realize. Yeah.
Is that
That's
when
sick,
you
that's
woke up
sick.
with that like
sick.
mohawk that you sent us? Yeah.
I woke up.
yeah.
I woke up and I was like freaking out because I'm like, oh, they're still here doing the procedure. I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to feel the craziest pain ever.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they're like, no, you've been out for 30 minutes. So
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't factor in
cool.
the idea that you'd be sedated the
You-
whole
you
time.
get
I thought you
sedated,
would
yeah.
just like go, like I thought you would experience it.
Yeah.
you get the full fanatics experience.
It's like, wow.
serious.
No, because for people who, I mean,
man.
I mean, I hope people understand this, but like they put a tube up your butt and they like fill
Yeah.
it with gas to like create more room, and then they put the camera through.
Yeah.
You seen this? You seen the opening scene of well, I guess not the opening scene, but like the second opening scene of Uncut Gems. Like that's what a colonoscopy.
Oh
looks
yeah,
like,
that's
man.
right. I didn't even know. Yeah, that's right. Damn, I didn't
Yeah.
even think of that reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
So,
right.
but you're
That's
all
it.
good. So, because they pump you full of gas, were you farting up a storm?
no, I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Cause I don't know. Cause the nurse
okay.
nurse told me after, she's like, if you gotta pass gas, like do it, like. Because it's like, you gotta go
Yeah.
ahead. And I'm like, no, I'm chill, yo. I'm just going to go to Farm Boy
trying
and
to be
grab a
really cool
salad.
about it?
Yeah. I was like, yo, it's chill.
Farm
yo.
boy, not fart boy.
This guy just holding it in. He's
No,
You gotta go now.
I was just chill. I was airless, man. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, airless Jordan.
the air down there.
Oh,
Oh, my God. Anyways,
Yeah.
we
Alright.
like to be health
well, it's
aware.
good to hear, man.
Like
Alright,
to be
so
health
then-
aware
yeah.
in this pod.
Well,
So,
what was
yeah.
your first meal after this torturous 48 hours?
I went
that's
to,
right.
I went to Farm Boy.
Right.
I just got a salad,
Yeah.
and as you know, I got. I
You're on
got
a health
COVID.
kick now, right?
Yeah, my
Yeah,
cholesterol
yeah.
a little high. So Will and I went to the Jays game today, and I he had a foot long hot dog.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I had no
Yes.
beer. No beer.
I mean, we might as well jump to the Will's Blue Jays thing from
Yeah,
now.
no beer, no hot dog. It was super chill.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So no, the colonoscopy results were great, and we're
Yeah.
all good. Yeah.
That's
Yo,
great to
man.
hear. All right, Will.
Says
Tell,
Alex got a foot long too.
Come on, guys.
Get out of here.
guys.
Get out of here.
No, they're calling you
Right.
Bartolo Colon.
Oh my god. Cologne Murray Boyles, bro. They gotta be relevant.
Sick.
Yeah,
sick.
so you had hit me up yesterday because the Jays are on
Yeah,
an
yeah,
incredible
well,
run
Yes, sir.
right now, and creeping up the AL East standings, trying to catch the Yankees, and today, friend of the program, Faisal Kamisa, hit me up. It was a 3 p.m. game. Hit me up at like 2:30 and was like, got 2 extra tickets. So I hit you up. You travel through a couple neighborhoods to get to the game, and
You hit me up at 2:37.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, my plan for the day was just chill out all day, maybe make some lunch,
Yeah.
take a nap. You hit me up, you're like, yo, free Jays tickets. I'm like, okay. At that point, I hadn't showered, so I had to jump in the shower, wash my hair.
nice.
And then
Looks like
hopped
you
up-
haven't showered since the game, but yeah.
That's normal. It's the same day.
I've taken 3 showers since I've seen you.
For what? Do you not have AC? What?
Yo, guys, I have central air. Okay, come on. man.
Oh, okay. All right. Central C over here. But so, yeah. And then I hopped on my scooter and, jumped on the Up Express, did not pay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got to the game just in time to watch Alejandro Kirk hit a home run. when
that's
he
right.
got
The
there.
first of his 2 homers.
First of his
and
2 homers.
it
But
was looking good. I'm excited about the Jays these days, man.
Jays got destroyed today, but it's all good. We got the Chicago White Sox coming in. The only White Sox fan is the new Pope, and the White
that's
Sox
right,
are
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, respect the
So, no, the Jays are back, man. The Jays are back, and I think it's going
Yo.
to be an exciting summer, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the last couple years have. I mean, this is not stating the obvious, but the last couple years have kind of soured me on the Blue Jays. 'Cause,
Sure, yeah.
Great promise, great hype, and then they go in a year and they always got some sort of weird problem. Of late it's been the bats have been really quiet. You know what I mean? You just expect
Sure.
these guys. You look at the names on the paper, you're like, okay. Vladdy, you got Bo, you got George Springer. This should be
he
a
ran
really
out.
good offensive team. And then they just go quiet. Last year they had a crazy runners and scoring. Every other conversation I was having with Blake was like, "Yo, Blake, what's going on with the Jays?" And he's like, "Oh man, this is the worst team ever in runners and scoring position."
Oh, man.
It's just the team that existed to frustrate you. So this year I was like, I'm not expecting much, right? Because they didn't really make any big additions. There wasn't any sort of big things. It was just Vladdy got the $500 million. By the way, Vladdy looks in great shape. By the way, man.
Yeah,
Whatever happened to Vladdy, that's what needs to happen for Luka for the Lakers. I
Yeah,
think.
body shape doctor was in the building today, man.
Bro, he's looking trim, he's looking slim, he's you know what I mean? He's looking lean, mean, So I mean, he shaved, he cut the hair too, which I think always helps you look a little trimmer too.
No, I thought he had more aura when he had the.
I agree.
Hair,
I agree, but ultimately, there wasn't that much hype. But I mean, of late, man. I mean, like, how many walk-offs have we had recently, man?
Yeah, they're the comeback kids. I think they have the most comeback wins in the AL. I want to
Yeah,
say
that's
this
not
season.
a good sign. I think maybe
But-
sabermetrically.
Oh God. I think one of the
Whatever.
good
Their
things.
Pythagorean wins probably.
Like if
suggest-
you're super casual about it too, it's just like. They're hitting more this year, so going to the ballpark is just more
man.
fun.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
able to see some home runs and things like that. But yeah, unfortunately, I think I've gone last 6 games I've gone to. The Jays have
Yeah,
lost, sandwiched in between me going to Game 7 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, losing to Florida.
Oh,
so
man.
I haven't had a good time at a live sporting event in a long time, man.
Yeah.
Not to complain, but it's fine.
That, you know what? That's kind of fair, man.
Yeah.
You've been through a couple tough experiences recently.
Yeah, but it was great today. It was crazy because we sit down in the seats with Faisal,
Yeah.
friend of the program, another person who's banned, Lindsay Dunn.
Hey, Lindsay, we miss you.
Lindsay came by to say
Congratulations
hi.
on all the success.
Her
of
mom was there, and
Yeah.
we saw her. We saw We saw, our coworker Amol,
That's
Amol
right.
Delic brought his kid to the first. That was the first Jays game,
Hey, getaway day.
getaway day, and then lots of got some hello and welcome love as well.
It was kind of nice, man.
Including one listener who jumped a couple rows of seats just to talk to the Big W, man. The Big W being Big Will, yeah.
It
Not
was kinda-
Big
it-
Wong.
I was gonna say, man, with this, we both could be the W.
The Big W, yeah.
It was a great feeling to show up at the game. The three of you guys were already there, so like just join you guys in the second inning.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I sat down, like Shorty popped up, was like,
Oh.
yo, huge fan. Me and my husband both huge fans. Can we take a photo together? And I'm like, this is great. But I was like, damn, bro, I didn't think it would be this quick. But
Yeah, and then we ran
shouts to all
into
the hello welcome fans, man. That's great. And then we
No.
talk obviously draft and stuff like that. But
Shouts to honestly, man, it's
really
always cool getting the hello love and like the
yeah.
official banter pod's returning next week, so we'll get more into it. But just like all the love at the Bobby Webster event, even all the love from like just the Bobby Webster video, and podcast
Yep.
coming out this week. Of course, if you haven't, if you by chance haven't heard it, make sure you go to our YouTube page, subscribe to the pod, and definitely go check that out. Like shouts to Jerome and the entire team that they assembled. Like everything just looks great.
Yeah.
Everything came out well. Yeah, and we were outside after we left the game, and there's a couple people that were like, yeah, we were just listening to the Bobby Webster podcast. So that was.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. We
cool.
run into fans like a lot of places, man. Like I was just scooting on the way home. You were tooting, I'm scooting, and like I'm just telling you, people like I was at Fort York. Some fans were like, "Yo, what up, big?" And I was like, "Okay,
Yeah,
that's sick,
we're deep
It's
in
great,
Fort
man.
York.
It's
like,
great, man.
like I know Jerome's shared some like experiences of running into listeners in Ossington for sure.
Oh yeah."
And it's just
our
like
names ring out on Ossington. Man.
Markham. I know Markham's. It's always love. Yo, Etobicoke,
Highway
stand up.
7?
Etobicoke,
God,
stand
man.
up, man, and
Can't
not
drive
just
through Eglinton. All that
not-
traffic these days
yeah.
with the construction.
not just my boy John, man. Etobicoke, stand up.
Oh man.
Brampton, Brampton, where you at?
Come on, man.
Hamilton, Hamilton.
Yo,
Let's go,
where's my 289 people at?
Yo,
man? Come on, man.
Oshawa, stand
the
up,
dirty
man.
Schwa, come
Yo,
on, man.
Oshawa, man, where you at, man?
Yeah,
Yo,
well,
London,
JR,
London,
JR's not
UK,
in the chat today, yeah.
London, UK, or London, Ontario, man.
By the
Stand
way, have you
up.
ever seen our listenership map?
No, yeah. I
'Cause you
only
can
check my
actually-
bank
I
accounts.
guess
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Oh my god.
First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect, bro.
Oh man, that's sick. No, but I think you can actually, because I guess you don't really handle the Acast and the back end stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause,
my
like,
bad.
No,
I
it's
have
chill.
very singular skills,
Bro, it is chill, man. It's chill.
No,
it's chill,
no,
it's chill,
man,
it's chill.
no, man. I gotta step up, man.
Look, hold on, let me
But just
figure out-
handle the draft, draft day 2. I'm going to New York next weekend, so good luck, man.
Oh, don't worry. What if we get Yang? Can I call you?
Definitely do not call me for Yang, man.
For Yang?
And I don't care, no Hansen Yang, Andrew Yang, New York in 5, bro.
Yo, I need you to get a quote from Yang, man.
I'm gonna go
I need
track
Yang
down.
Gang's
I'm gonna go
commentary
track
on
down
this.
Eric Adams, bro.
Yo, look at this map. Hold on.
Okay.
What? That's me with the footlong glizz again.
Oh,
By the way,
man.
this thing killed me, man. Do not
Okay,
eat that thing.
you're gonna, I'm geographically challenged, so you're gonna have
Look
to
at this listenership map. First
So
off,
can you explain this map to me? Yeah.
The darker the blue, the more people are listening from that country
Okay.
relative
okay.
to the other countries. Look at our listenership map. This thing's beautiful, man. We're taking over the world.
Whoa,
mean,
is that,
it
is that
doesn't have data
Asia
from
or
China.
Europe? Sorry, I'm
How could you
Christopher
confuse the two?
I'm
What are you
Christopher
talking about,
Columbus
man?
out here.
What?
Also, is the Earth flat? Yeah.
In this one, it is.
Okay. Tell me. Hit me with the fun facts about this.
Obviously, Canada is the majority
Oh, Canada,
listenership
stand
that we have.
up, man. Stand
Well,
up.
like just in North America, and we got people from Mexico listening.
That's
we got,
amazing,
It says
man.
we got one listener in Cuba. Yo, shouts to that one listener in Cuba.
Oh
man.
my God.
This guy was probably on
Which
vacation.
Which one of our Toronto friends fled to
You know,
Cuba?
who took that sunwingwing.ca?
Is that John
flight,
Chick?
man?
Is that John Chick?
We got 3 people in the Dominican Republic. Shouts
That's
to the Dominican
amazing.
Republic.
Shouts to the
14
DR,
in
man.
Guatemala.
Woo!
We got people in Brazil.
Yeah.
Shouts to Marcelo. We
shouts to
got people
Marcelo.
in Colombia, Venezuela,
Come
Peru,
on, man.
Argentina, Chile. You know what I mean?
Come
you
on.
go across that pond. Where else are we gonna be? Yeah, UK actually has a surprising amount of listenership, man. Shouts to the
Okay.
UK. Australia has a lot of
Yo,
listenership.
if
New
you're lis-
Zealand.
if
we're
you're
we're big in the
listening-
Commonwealth, man. Come on.
If you're listening this deep, like past the colonoscopy too,
Mm.
and you're like overseas, like come on, please, like shoot me an email, info@stephenlebron.com. Just want to hear where you're from, like you know, if you're not from Canada, like want to hear that, and then
Oh,
maybe we
man.
can read a couple of those on the banter pod. So
Yo, we big in Japan, bro. Japan's one of our biggest listenerships.
that's
man.
crazy,
Shouts to-
man.
Yo,
Yo,
oh,
konnichiwa,
man.
man.
Yo,
Konnichiwa, to
konnichiwa,
all
my
my
brother, man.
listeners out
Namaste,
there,
my
man.
brothers as well. South
Come
Korea.
on, man.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna leave that.
Anaseo.
Yeah,
260. Yo, we got people in the Philippines, Indonesia,
That's crazy,
Thailand,
dog.
Cambodia. There's somebody in Cambodia listening. Shouts to you in the
Come
last
on,
month.
man.
Vietnam, India, you know,
This is
Pakistan,
amazing, man.
Iran. Hey man, prayers up to Iran. 120. We got Turkey. We got Russia, Kyrgyzstan. Yo, someone's listening in Kyrgyzstan, man. Come on,
That's crazy.
All over Europe, of course.
That's really cool,
Tunisia,
man.
Mauritius, Nigeria,
That's
Tanzania,
really cool, man.
Mozambique. Come on, man.
But
Use your beak,
you know,
Mozambique.
Ethiopia,
Egypt. Come on, man.
I do it for my guys in the live chat, man. You
This
know,
is crazy.
spam dunk 87. You know,
Yeah,
Talha. You know,
Yeah,
like
of course, man.
Clayton. You know,
Oh yeah, shouts out Bangladesh is on this list too, of course, man.
yeah, Coco. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what we do.
Just, hey, man,
man.
we're taking over the world right now.
All right, this is
tough.
way too much self glazing.
Yeah, that's a lot, but you know, I appreciate
sorry,
all
guys.
you guys. So shout out to our international listeners. I guess we never say that, but
No, it's
I guess
really
we don't look at
cool.
this map enough, but that's pretty cool, man.
We get cool emails from like people overseas, all that stuff.
Yeah, we got people in Italy, Greece.
Last item here. Toronto is going to be over 40 degrees Celsius on Sunday, and expected to climb to 43 Celsius on Monday, lasting through Tuesday as well. How are you going to handle this upcoming heat wave?
Man, nobody give a damn about 40 degrees day. Sorry.
I should have known
Very
that was coming.
Very applicable. But that was he was talking Fahrenheit, which I believe is like 15 or something. Bro, I don't understand this Toronto weather right now, man. Like today it was like super windy.
Global
Like
warming.
I couldn't go uphill on my scooter. Like it was stuck.
Yeah.
'Cause I kinda live at the top of a hill.
The napkins outside for the hot dog vendor stand at the Sky Dome, like it all blew off today.
Every time you say hot dog, my stomach starts growling, man.
Oh yeah, you did have the
my-
foot
my-
long today.
My body's angry at me for
You
swallowing
did have
this
the you
foot
did
long
have the
glizz.
foot long today. Yeah, the biggest upset, legit. The first time you ate a glizzy in my presence without me eating one.
They shouldn't sell this. This shouldn't be legal, man.
Yeah,
this is
yo,
too much food.
Watch your cholesterol, bro. Come on,
I
man.
feel like this alone is enough cholesterol for a year, man. I don't
Yeah.
feel good. I'm just saying, I don't.
Yo,
feel good.
but 40 degrees is coming. Like what's up, man? What are we gonna do? We still scootering out in this desert heat, or what's going on?
I mean, it's pretty cool actually. Like you just get like natural AC from the wind blowing against your face.
Nice,
you
yeah.
know?
Man, I
no,
just forgot because we're
I'm
going
gonna
to
stay
summer
inside. Are you
league.
kidding me, man?
We're going to summer league in a couple weeks, and that heat is
Yo,
gonna
but
be.
that's you know that desert.
That's a
heat is
dry
different.
heat, though.
That's dry heat.
Ooh, that's gonna be filthy, man.
Dry heat
It's
is
gonna-
tough, but it's
Humidity, I feel, is like much
Yeah.
worse.
Yo,
That
but
was
Oh.
tough.
we had this. Me and Jerome played basketball on Tuesday at Ballmatics. Shouts to Ballmatics. Shouts to
Oh,
the
yeah,
West End,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
We were at Ballmatics. And we usually hoop at like 9:30. We played until 11:30. We came out, and it was as humid inside the gym as it was outside in the wind. And I was like, "That's a horrible feeling, man." Like,
Yeah.
I just can't
Crazy.
stand humidity. It's actually
It
one
was
of the
just so
reasons I
muggy
refuse
and
to-
gross. Yeah.
I refuse to go back to China in like July or April. Or sorry, not July or August. Those 2 months, I'm just not gonna do it again, man. I had some torturous experiences.
Yeah.
Being in Wuhan, pre-pandemic, but being in Wuhan, just to be clear, shouts to Wuhan though, gorgeous.
Yo,
city.
watch the chat. Don't get muted, guys.
I was in Wuhan one time. It was like early August 2016, and we came out the subway. I think we took like the high speed rail. Then took the subway. Came out the subway for a brief moment to catch a taxi at ground level, and it was 45 degrees, like Celsius. Not feels like it was 45 degrees, like. And I couldn't, man. I swear I would have died in 10 more minutes.
That walk outside in Vegas, like into like the Cox Pavilion and stuff. I just remember that heat, man.
Remember that day that you and I just walked from the hotel to like
Oh my
that was pretty
God.
rough. Yeah.
Even walking to like the valet section when you go outside,
You
you're
would
like,
feel it. You would
Yo,
feel
'cause
it. Yeah.
You have your first sweat of the day, like no matter what, like it's
Yeah.
it's unavoidable. You're gonna have to.
It also does. It hits different when you're like, when the boys you're coming off a big blackjack L the night before, and then you got that
Well.
get that
don't know.
heat on you.
Did you guys have any hangovers? I don't think you guys had any hangovers in Vegas. Did you?
Maybe
Not
after
really.
the win.
Maybe after the win night. Yeah,
the
yeah,
media
yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But you guys are from HK though, like, because I feel like HK. What this is like normal.
I was
weather.
born here.
Okay, well, you guys got HK
But also
jeans. You guys got Southern Chinese jeans. How about
but
that?
HK is also
stop
very
dividing
humid.
all of us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's also like mad humid in like Asian countries. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
are
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys not,
I like a good
acclimated to this?
I like a good sweat, like go out in the summer, nice walk, but like that Vegas is tough, man.
Yo,
It's
it just
so
hits you in the
different.
face, man. Yeah, it's pretty.
Like
I can't wait
yeah.
though. Excited.
I think the move.
Vegas
I
this
think
year.
the move for Vegas is gonna be jerseys outside, but then an extra layer when we go into like Thomas and Matt because it gets cooler.
Well, Alex wears jerseys to sleep, so it's kind of.
Yo, chill.
Yo, because I remember, because this is how
No, it's
how
true.
Vegas
That-
worked last year. Okay,
Yeah.
me and Jerome would wake up probably around like 8:30.
That's right.
We'd be like, all right, you want to go to like Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. So
We'd always do
we
that,
would
yeah.
always go to Dunkin'. We were in Fremont.
Did we get his
We're on a Fremont
matcha
strip.
latte? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so we would
Yeah.
order breakfast, get it, and then we'd come back and we would knock on Alex's door to deliver him food, and Alex would just be like very groggy, very sleepy, no glasses on, hair ruffled. And he would just
right.
open the door like a slight crack. You'd hand him like his matcha latte,
slide it through the
sometimes
ca-
a bagel,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
he's like thanks, and then you just see he's wearing a Mateen Cleaves jersey. Pissed.
right.
You're just like,
I'm bringing my Dennis Scott jersey. I want to track down
through
DZ.
DZ?
I
Oh,
wanna
we
track
gotta
down
make that
DZ.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
pretty
gonna make
cool.
that happen.
yeah.
All right, that's it for the 6-pack.
Hey, I think I only counted 5. Actually, number 6. What I was gonna say is, much love to all our former friends and former coworkers at the Score.
Most def.
Oh, right.
Hate saying this. This is actually part of the reality of working in sports media. You just end up going through lots of rounds of like major layoffs and stuff like that. And I mean, look, listen, the Score. People should really put together something about the legacy that the Score as a company has had in the Canadian sports media scene, because
Everyone's been at the Score.
everybody that has been at the Score, and it is such a proud company, and they've taken a lot of chances. I think there's obviously the true traditional giants between Sportsnet and TSN, and like they kind of dominate financially. They're able to sort of whatever, but I think the Score was able to maneuver a lot. I remember when I came up, in 2004, 2005, in that range, when I started watching basketball, like they had the most basketball. They used to have some Raptors broadcasts too, but they used to put on all the basketball. They had a really innovative way of how they showed, highlights and stuff like that. Back in like the Sportsnet or SportsCenter dominated era, I thought they put out the best highlight packs. Like court cuts, court surfing. They were really, really innovative in that sense. But like they put together a lot of talent. Anyway, I guess the company has shifted a lot in its time, from like it just being a ticker on the bottom to like it becoming a TV station. Then it transitioned to digital relatively early. They were big into podcasts. They were in bigger podcasts like 2010, man. If you people were in here, if you didn't listen to like the Basketball Jones, if you didn't listen to like Getting Blanked, Backhand Shelf, like there was a whole period where they were just into podcasts like super, super early. Then they pivoted to making an app super early. That's part of why the Score is very, very popular as an app as well. But that's when I joined the company as a writer. And
They were on TV for a bit. They had like court surfing, things like
yeah,
that.
they were on TV, but like they were kind of one step ahead of the game at each single step. And I think even most recently, before the owners sold a majority controlling shares to Penn in the United States. The Score was very early on building, just their betting product, their sports gambling product, like inside of the app, and that's ultimately sort of what led them to sell. I guess part of the thing is when you have so many iterations of the company, naturally when you shift objectives, you're going to always be able to bring in talent, and then when you change objectives, you got to let go of talent. And I got to say, as good as the Score has done, they've let go of so much talent over the years. And I think that for these guys, I just hope that like for people who were affected in the layoffs this time around, just a lot of these people have been there for like 10 years, man. They raised this company from like when they first pivoted from TV to digital. And I mean, look, clearly I'm friends with a lot of these guys. I spent a lot of time with them. I used to work at the Score for like 4 or 5 years. Spent a lot of late nights with these guys. I'm talking like working every night until like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning kind of thing. So you develop certain ties, but they had a lot of really, really good people. And you know, like whatever, the business is going to pivot to whatever they want to, but I want these people to sort of hold their heads up high. So, you know, I think more than anything else, it doesn't sound good to say this in the moment, but it is kind of a badge of honor to say that you were formerly at the Score, because that company had a lot of great people. So big shouts to Joe Wolfon too, man.
Yeah, no, Score was a wonderful place. Like, you know, all the things you said, I think you just look at like all the different eras of people that even came through, right? Like we always talk about, you know, the No Dunks guys, like they got their start there. Like a lot of people that I read and follow in baseball, you know, and other sports as well.
Oh, you guys love WWE. The Score had great WWE alumni, man.
Yeah, the Scores produced a lot of that as well, and like, you know, the guys that are super close to us, like, you know, Joe Wolfon, especially, like you mentioned, like, you know, such a talented writer, and this is like, I think this is a thing we've talked about a little bit lately too. Is just like seeing the shift in like where the money is, where the interest is for stuff in this industry, right? Like from writing to podcasting to video and things like that. And I've always been just like huge fan of the Score, like, you know, just what they've done with their social platforms to like be able to build a brand. I thought it was always special for them to be like based out of Toronto with all the content creators here, but be able to really be like a global brand, right? Like they were able to really do something that I think a lot of people in the Canadian media landscape just like maybe sometimes struggle or don't think about doing. So yeah, it's always tough, man. Like I know like we've all gone through these processes where it's probably like more personal at like places. I know, you know, Will, you and I went through it at like Yahoo and saw it happen. And like I know like just hearing the news today, like so many people, like, you know, even people that we work with, like Rory, Nav, like shouts to so many of these people. Like it's just, you know, it's just sad. It's just sad to see a team like that get broken up, you know, like it's a great team. Right. So yeah, no, shouts to them.
I'm just
and
hoping
best
they
of
land
luck.
on their feet, man.
For sure. This industry is getting tougher, man.
Yeah.
Like it's getting tougher, and yeah, no, shouts to everyone there, man.
Yeah, bro. How long do you think we can run for this for?
Tangerine time?
Tangerine time. Let's go. Hey, man, hire Wolfon, man. Hire Wolfon, all right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now it's time for the Tangerine Fan Inbox. Tangerine is the official bank of the Toronto Raptors, foundational partner of WNBA Canada and NBA Canada, and of course, they're not just fans of basketball, they're fans of basketball. They're fans of proactive healthcare. Shout out, Alex.
Yes, sir.
If you're hearing this, there's no doubting your commitment. Fans like you are at the heart of what makes this game great. So while we wait 28 days later for Game 7, Tangerine is turning the spotlight from the court to the stands and celebrating the way Raptors fans support their team, because this is how we fan. To learn more, visit tangerine.ca/basketball. Yeah, you guys actually helped start a couple things, because I was coming from the Hard House run.
Guys, I'm going to briefly take over, because the initial reaction to this episode was just about Alex's hair, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull this up. I actually have a couple of things here. So first we have Alex looks great without a hat.
Yo, you do, man.
You do look great.
The hairline's intact. Although today was very windy, I saw the true hairline, but still, you know, like
wow. You saw the Jalen Suggs underneath.
No, come on.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Your forehead can't be bigger than mine, so it's fine. It is.
And then, just a late tuning into the show. Whoa, just tuning in. No hat Alex.
Yo, give me the bad comment so I can get motivated, man.
Yo, do you remember? Who was it? I think it was Sopan Deb of at the time the New York Times.
Okay.
Sopan Deb, he was a big troll, man.
But didn't he say that like he had this thing where he interpreted somebody as saying like no cap? But he didn't understand
he
what
thought
cap
it meant no hat. He thought
he
it
said no hat
yeah,
boy.
Yeah, he took it literally. He took it literally. Yeah,
that's
no
pretty funny.
That was very funny to me. Yeah.
Here's one for you, Alex. Alex looking like Edna from The Incredibles right now.
I haven't seen The Incredibles. So
okay, there you go. I think it's just more because it's the big glasses and anyway. But yeah, new hair, new glasses, glow up, baby. Like we're looking at Alex from the front. right now, but I just want to pull up a photo from the event here, just like to get like a really good look.
Deep in thought, wondering what happened to my Stone Island jacket.
Yo, come on.
We'll talk more about it at the banter pod. But no, this is like a clean
looking
look.
good,
Alex
man.
looks really good.
Yeah, you're looking angelic, man.
Yo, glaze
hell
me,
yeah.
man. Let's glaze.
Yeah. It's like a little bit of the mullet going, but like a stylish mullet situation. But
It's called a little undercut. You
Yeah,
got a little
little
show-
undercut situation.
Shout out to my barber Sheldon at Heart and Soul, man. Look up Heart and Soul. He runs he runs his own little independent spot. So yeah, Heart and
Sick.
Soul barber, man.
Yo, Purnell better. What?
Yeah, but honestly, a lot of comments for Alex.
man.
Like, good looks.
Don't always hide it under the hat, man. Come on.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
true, bro. I
Alex is
appreciate
great
it,
without a
guys, man.
Yeah. Well, the bangs right now are. You do kind of look like Edna from The
Banging, man. The
Incredibles.
bangs are banging.
It's like way. It has to be a lot bigger hair for that to be true, though.
No, it's sick, man. It's good.
Anyway, for Alex, favorite Coen Brothers movie since you're in the
this
middle
is
of a
so
watch
tough, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
No Country for Old Men, Fargo.
Of course, man.
There's it's so
with a
hard,
very
man.
handsome
Miller,
Javier Bardem.
Miller's Crossing is great. Barton Fink, the one that I watched recently, I really liked. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm still ripping my way through all the Coen brothers. So
How would
I
you
have
say?
to-
Like, would you say they're one of the most consistent like directors out there?
I was actually talking to Ennis about this the other day. Like, I think I'm ready to conclude that they're like my favorite, like modern day guys, like
Wow,
in terms
okay.
of movie. Yeah, because like
Wow.
I think Paul Thomas Anderson's okay.
Right.
Wes Anderson. Yeah.
Wes Anderson. Yeah.
Wes Anderson's okay. Like they've made good movies, but I feel like
You're not a Nolan head.
yeah, Nolan's good. I used to like Nolan a lot, but I don't really like a lot of his blockbusters. I feel like his blockbusters are very hit or miss.
You don't like
Sure.
Inception?
I like
You didn't
Inception.
You didn't like Tenet? You like Tenet?
I did not like
Tenet was
Tenet.
tough, man.
Yo, you gotta watch
That's
the
a tough
Tenet,
watch.
was-
man.
Tenet was tough. I
Oh my
think.
God.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Interstellar?
Dunkirk,
Interstellar's solid, yeah.
Dunkirk, I wasn't really feeling.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, come on, man. The Batman trilogy was pretty legendary.
Yeah, Raising Arizona. I watched that recently with
Mm-hmm.
Nick Cage in the '80s with the Coen brothers. Like that was.
Right.
Oh yeah. Nolan did Oppenheimer, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. I thought Oppenheimer was okay.
I'm not gonna lie. If I rewatched Oppenheimer, I'd take a nap in an hour in. And,
There you go.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
and I'd wake up.
But
and
yeah,
there would be
shows
New
to the
Mexico, you know?
Coens.
Yep.
Reminds me that Ennis said I have to watch A Serious Man with him. Yeah, so
Ooh,
Okay.
we're
okay.
saving that one. So
Okay.
All right.
don't DM me, Ennis.
Someone saw Alex on the street. Apparently, he was going to a restaurant downtown. That's very
I'm
vague
gonna need
and
way
literally could
more.
be any day.
I'm gonna need way more details than this.
Yeah, that's
If-
literally any day of
If
the
you're
week.
still there, let me know. Like,
Yo,
just give me a date at least.
This is a good jumping off question. What's your guys' stance on dining alone at a restaurant? Dining in
Dog,
alone
we've
at a
talked
restaurant.
about
Oh no, we already had this conversation though.
We did?
Yeah,
I
because this
dine
is like
alone all the time. That's like my little.
there
like,
are
alone
two parts
time.
for Alex. Dining alone, there's no problem at all, but don't make it your personality.
Yeah, don't make it.
Yeah,
Don't be like, oh, I discovered that dining alone is great. It's like
because there's a lot of people like
Yeah,
there's
it's
always
like-
like a lot of content out
it's
there
like-
that
it's
just
yeah, no shit. Yeah.
When you dine alone, do
Oh, no, it's
you
late.
do you sit at the bar? 'Cause they always try to put you at the bar. They're
So
like,
I
yeah.
usually, I mean, I go to like obviously like places in Chinatown like
Yeah,
Hong
sure,
Kong
sure,
Bistro
sure.
and stuff
Sure,
like
sure,
that.
sure.
Yeah, that's
So I'll just sit
casual,
in a
it's pretty
booth.
casual.
I'll just sit in a booth and stuff. But
Okay.
like if I was going to a place where it's like
Yeah.
bar seating versus table seating, definitely bar seating. I ate
Bar
alone.
seating's cool.
I ate alone in Vegas when you guys went to the WNBA game.
Oh yeah.
And
you went to
You had
Esther's
you had that
fucking-
wedge salad.
oh,
All on your
We
own.
had
I've
a
been-
great Italian dinner.
We're going back. We're going back.
We
in
have to
Vegas.
go back.
Esther's.
Yeah.
That might be
Esther's, you
the
will-
first meal. I don't
Esther,
know.
you will
Yeah.
see us, man. What about best? What about Latai, man?
So that one,
Fire.
listen, we already lied about it.
Sometimes, Bob.
Your whole reference over, Bobby. You get
lie.
Oh my god.
Yo, we coming for you, Robert.
Oh, boy. Oh,
no,
boy.
but like when I went there because I couldn't book a seat. Like I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it last minute.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they just put me at a table, and it was weird because I was like sitting at a table with myself, and then beside me was like a table of 8, like a table
Yeah.
of
Sure,
4
sure.
here, and they're
Sure,
like all
sure.
NBA scouts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
You're
give me
trying to-
the,
so
give me
did-
the wedge.
You try to-
So
you
it
try
did
to
feel weird
eavesdrop?
for you. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a table is a little bit. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's
Yeah.
like if I had to choose, I would definitely just sit at the bar.
I did
because
do a
then you get to talk
steakhouse
to
in
like a,
Vegas by myself, and
you
that
can
was
talk to
like
the
totally fine.
bartender.
Yeah.
Like it's like you know, like you can have a little conversation and stuff.
They're taking pity on you. They're like, man, so where you coming from, man?
No, but
Oh,
Like
Toronto?
Ennis is like a super social dude. He's the
Yeah.
best with that. Like when we like actually go
Sure,
out and interact.
sure.
I'm not that good with just like
I will
striking
say,
out like a small talk situation
What are
with
you
like a
talking
bartender.
about? Wait, hold on. Are you serious?
I just don't.
You're
do
very
that,
good
though.
at you're very good at small
Maybe
talk.
because I just shut down.
You're a
like, I
great
don't know.
listener.
No, you.
But
I
yeah, I
shut
guess
down.
But
I
your
don't
social
know.
battery does run out quick.
Here's the thing. It's very
Yeah.
easy for I've because I've hung around you around new people a lot. It's very
Yeah.
easy for other people to open up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's half the battle. Because
Yeah.
now
And
you
then I
have
know,
to do
and
it
then I know
yourself.
all their secrets. Yeah.
Well, no, but that's part of being a good listener. You know, no one got more secrets than a listener.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gone to House or Gourmet solo?
Solo
No,
never.
no,
Yeah.
never.
They don't
You?
even have small seats, do they?
Yo, the funniest thing. So House of Gourmet is like a a classic Chinatown restaurant in the middle of Chinatown, literally at the corner of Dundas and Spadina for people who don't know. Actually, pretty great restaurant to be honest. Like they just have like a menu that they hand you. That's like you have a million options. Best to go with a group of people so you can order a bunch of things, try new things and stuff like that. I have gone solo before. And they do have good lunch specials, like very good value. It's like probably $12. You can get like a little, curry beef brisket. I mean, nowadays I go to HK Bistro, but you can still get a pretty good one there. They actually have this big round table where they put all the single walk-ins in.
Oh, yeah,
like a
'cause-
community table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chinese people love that. Chinese people love that sharing of table stuff,
So
right?
Yeah.
you sit down at House of Gourmet and at this gigantic table, like I'm telling you, the thing probably seats like 15 people easily.
Sure.
And it's like you'll eat with like somebody who's working and reading a newspaper. You'll eat with like just regular people.
Yeah.
You would eat with like the restaurant workers on lunch break who are sitting there. It's actually a great experience.
So
man.
it's
That's
like
pretty
a
cool.
Highly recommend going to House Gourmet and just ordering the lunch special by yourself.
I do like the like some ramen shops will do the individual booth. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one downtown that specifically is for like solo.
Do they do that?
I've
Yeah.
been to that one. That's like a Chinese noodle place, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one's not bad because they
Evie
cause,
recommended that to us.
Because it's like
There you
those
go.
like they just put up like walls in between, so you
Yeah,
have
that's
your own
right.
little like.
Yeah,
private
yeah,
It's
space
kind of like
and
when you're
stuff.
sitting in a library, like
Yeah,
the school
exactly, when
library.
you're
Yeah,
studying and
yeah.
stuff.
And then you order through an app too. It's like the most antisocial experience possible.
I've found like
Sure.
for solo stuff, I think the best thing is when you go to like film festivals actually, because like
What?
usually when you have to line up like with groups, you have to like go save seats or
Yeah.
like things like that. But when I go to like hot dogs by myself, like I know I can pull up right at screen time, and there's always gonna be solo seats.
That's true. You
available.
always get a single
you
seat.
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
rushing?
it's like-
Wait,
yeah.
You rush for tickets?
No, yeah, you know, I do my
Solo
thing.
Sokoa.
Yo, you rushing for tickets? You lining up outside of that no frills outside of Scotiabank Theater?
Yo, chill, dog. Yeah, I can't line up.
wow.
I can't line up.
I didn't know-
I
I
can't
didn't-
line up for the love of the film. No,
Oh,
come on, man.
for the love
Cinephile.
of film!
For the love of the film, bro.
Yo, I love that. I love that little video they make for volunteers.
Oh
and
my
that old lady at the end, she's like, "For the love of film!"
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Great.
Hot
Yeah.
pot. Someone said in the chat, hot pot solo. Hot pot solo.
That's
I've never,
tough.
cause like
Yeah.
hot pot is meant to
What
like
level
yo
of Asian
share,
is this, man?
like share food, like share.
Just cook at home.
Yeah. Solo concerts. I've never done solo concerts. Only small shows.
Small
Not
shows,
big
yeah.
shows.
Small shows make sense.
Small shows I've done, but never to like a Scotiabank Arena. Like
No,
Rogers
no,
Centre.
no.
Like,
But like a smaller venue,
small
yeah, why
venue,
not?
man. Try to run into people and stuff if you can.
Like I'll pull up to like that's how I like made friends with like so many people like DJ events
yeah.
and stuff.
If,
like that.
if
Just going
anybody
around,
has
yeah.
Coldplay tickets for free, please hit me up. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if we
Okay.
have that many rich friends. One time you got me. I remember one time I went to a solo concert, and it was for Higher Brothers,
Oh,
the Chinese
right.
rap group.
Right, right.
Quite popular actually. Actually, Higher Brothers' Black Cab album was still pretty good. Sometimes they'll still play it. Shouts to Isabel, one of their songs. But yeah, like you got me tickets to go see them, and it was actually a great experience, man.
Yes,
I was just in the back being like, yeah, I understand this.
I was
and don't mind
profiling
this.
them it started as The Ringer, and then they said no to the story, and then GQ published it. And I was just hanging. I was You know what? Now I understand why Shay loves that guy.
It's pretty awesome.
It's so great getting glazed.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I was hanging out with them all day, and I mean, we can share this story another time, but it's
Yo, you
like,
should tell that to Mainlander. You know he's a big fan of Masue.
I think I tried to brag about it to him.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay,
He's like, I
cool.
should photo for them.
Yeah.
I hang
No,
out
but
with
it-
them too.
but yeah,
you
I
went
don't
to Halle
know.
Burton's house.
I
I
don't
know
know.
where Halle Burton lives.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
he
I've
did, by the
never.
way, yeah.
It's weird. I haven't crossed over and done like a big concert solo, but I don't think I'll have a problem with that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it'd
I
be
don't think
fun.
I
it'd
think
be
the way
fun.
like you're probably taking it in concert, and like it actually kind of works in your favor that you don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of uncles. This is from Jason Lee. A lot of uncles do solo dim
Yep.
sum with newspaper. That's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Yo, honestly, I can't wait to be old and retired and be able to just like do whatever the hell I want. I'm like, no pretense, nothing.
No,
I'm just here to do my little Sudoku and then bang, here, give me a little.
Don't
give me a little
retire
shoe
yet,
line,
man. There's still some money to leach off you.
Oh, right, you know, that's fine.
What?
You did tell me. I think back in 2018, you said, "Yo, man, I'm gonna eat off you for 5 years, man."
Yeah. And then the 5 became 10. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million more. WWE Premium Live Event Solo. Jerome?
Nah.
No?
No, just not. Straight up no.
Wrestling people are a little bit different.
Yeah. I need to go with at least you.
Yeah,
or
no,
other
that's
people
fair,
for
that's
sure.
fair,
Yeah.
Fair.
Because like that is also like the fandom. I don't know that I would be a fan of wrestling by myself.
Yeah, you're just like marking out on your own.
Yeah.
That's a good point here, Ron Caleb. The sample pool of the people listening to this pod late at night might be a bit skewed towards people cool with being on their own. Honestly, everyone should be cool with
that's
being
fair.
on their own, man.
I mean, absolutely, yeah.
But you
I'm
guys-
not gonna lie. Everyone should be cool with being on their own, man.
But you guys are all here as part of a group right now, and that's beautiful.
Ooh,
Wow.
damn. Yo, you can't do that for yourself.
Oh, sorry, because you guys didn't do it. So
Yeah, we gotta do for you. Yeah.
I felt weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get back to some questions. Has Will heard from the caller from Moscow in a while? He was a legend.
Yeah, big shouts to Josh Hart. We actually ran into him at the Jays game as well.
Yeah,
He
the
was
run-ins
there,
were crazy.
he was there
It's
with
more
his-
run-ins
his
than a
family.
Monday Night Raw ending, man. Yeah.
Oh man. Sorry, I just felt left out. No, but yeah, we back in the day we used to we used to do this show at Yahoo over at Raptors Over Everything. By the way, the podcast name is available again. I feel like that podcast name is kind of heat, but
Ain't about the name, it's about the talent, dog.
No, exactly.
You're gonna get some like lukewarm ones where it's like, ha, ha,
Yeah. Yo, this is legit the opposite of cricket.
Yeah, we did because like Josh's dad actually was a really prominent caller who used to call into a lot of like Fan 590, like especially post game Blue Jays shows. Shouts to Mike Wilner back in the day of like doing Jays talk. He used to call a lot. His name was Clifton from Etobicoke. Shouts to Clifton, actually. Very, very lovely man. Met him many times. But yeah, he was like, let's start a radio call-in show. So we're like, okay, cool, let's do it. Like, obviously through the web. And anyway, Ashley, shouts to Ashley, actually. Ashley Hufford, she was a huge help in this. I mean, she doesn't do sports anymore. But yeah, we set up this call-in show. And it was kind of great. Honestly, it was low-key, like, it kind of like teased the fact that we did eventually go on to like Sportsnet to do a live radio show for 3 years at the Raptors show. But like there was always this caller from Moscow who will call in, Vitaly from Moscow. And Vitaly, if you're out there, man, please come back, man. I don't know where you are. If we pull up our little geographic map again, like we have some listeners in Russia, not that many, but like we have a decent amount. Are you are you one of the listeners from there, man? Vitaly had great stories. He would come in and he would just slander Chris Middleton. I feel like he loved slandering Chris Middleton. And yeah, it was pretty great, you know. So big shouts to the call-in shows. Actually, someone did ask a good question here. Ace asked, how come you guys didn't do call-in shows at SM?
Yeah, so what happened was we used to, when we started Raptor Show, we actually dedicated Friday as a call-in.
Yeah.
Because we really did enjoy, like Will said, the format at Yahoo Sports.
I was super excited to take call-in. There was one point where we did call-in questions post-game as well.
Yeah,
I would do the live post-game show. Yeah. on radio.
well, yeah, we tried first on the post game, and I think we axed that because, like, I think people just want to tune in and like hear you talk about the game.
I put out like a Twitter poll, and I think like overwhelmingly, like probably 85% of people voted just like we just want to hear you solo or maybe with a guest versus like having people.
Isn't this kind of the Tangerine fan inbox with the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically.
And then
fans, you know?
and then what happened was like, because I guess I had to be on air with you. Because I wanted to be the one that was screening the questions.
Right.
And that would have been better. Because, like, that was a big problem. Because, like, listen, we get a lot of,
you
like,
blaming
call.
Derek?
We get a lot. No, I'm not
Blaming
blaming anybody.
Brandeo?
No, but, like, we get a lot of calls.
Brandeo?
And you guys know how it is. Like, if you've listened to the radio, like, if you get a couple, like, bad callers or not interesting topics, it
kinda
kind
ruins
of
the
really
flow,
kills
though.
the flow
It
of the
kills
show.
it. Yeah. It's a
So
tough-
there,
yeah.
it was hard to like control. So that's why we shifted to taking questions like on Twitter and online,
Right.
so we can manage what questions and how to like flow the show and stuff. So
Sure.
I gotta say though, a really good caller is kind of great because it's like you never expect that much from a great caller, and then
Yeah.
when a really good caller comes in, it was always really fun. So
yeah,
it
so
was fun. Yeah.
good
Fair enough.
times.
$5 from Uncle Donk, who says Aura
Appreciate
is wrestling lingo. I don't know if that's
Really?
Yo, this guy
True,
got.
but-
Hold on.
Yeah.
This guy got Dr. House with a pill. Is that a Vicodin in
Yo,
his mouth?
change
Yeah.
the format so it shows his damn avatar. Like,
Oh, you want the big version?
give
Yeah,
me the big
I actually
version.
love the big version, man.
Yo,
it
give me
just
big Uncle
freaked out
Donk, man.
Caleb when we did
Oh,
that
yeah.
one time.
It's so fun.
Is this the one? There it
Oh,
is.
yeah, I
Yo.
love this. Yo, feels like I'm
Yeah.
on a fresh show. Man.
First
Let's
off,
go.
it looks like House is doing that Serge Ibaka tongue thing. Just kidding. No one can ever match Serge's tongue. But like, no, Uncle. Yeah, this is Aura as a wrestling lingo. Can you explain?
No, I can't.
I think Donk has to explain. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, for real.
All right,
yeah.
well, thanks
Donk,
for the
let us
fiver.
know, man.
Yeah.
Donk us.
But thanks for the Luka Doncic.
Sick.
That's just his name. Egypt was partially me when I lived there. Haha, you guys made me miss home.
Yo, that's sick,
cool.
man. Yeah, I actually love the fact that we have internationalists. The craziest part was last year, me and Alex went to China, and at one point we were walking through Hong Kong, just like somewhere in Mongkok, and like somebody
yeah, that
walked
happened,
past
right.
and was just like, "Yo, big fan of the show."
Yeah,
and
I was
just
like,
kept walking. We got listeners at HK. But it was crazy. He never even stopped us. He just said big fan of the show and he just kept walking. I'm
That
like,
was
"Yo, you
that's
ran
clean.
into us
That's
in Hong
clean.
Kong?"
No, I respect that.
that
That's
was
clean.
Aura. That
That's
was
That,
Aura.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually Aura, man. That was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was tough.
Yeah,
That was
it actually
tough.
made it seem like you guys all the way went all the way there to meet them.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it was us. Like the situation was like flipped.
Yeah. That's fire. All right. You start this, but you were sending us clips from it. Did you guys watch the Rob Ford documentary?
You've been watching it, right?
Oh,
You've been watching it.
guys.
You
don't
get a couple
understand.
minutes on it.
Rob Ford is, honestly, with all due respect to Stephen Harper, who I don't even respect that much, former Prime Minister of Canada.
And I don't know that any of these people deserve respect.
but,
I don't know where we're going. No one's
one
getting any aura from me.
Arguably the most famous person that has come out of Etobicoke is Rob Ford.
Who
Actually,
are there any other contenders?
Isn't Will a
from,
contender?
Will is a contender.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Come on. Hold on. Let's look up famous people from.
Yo, Raptors make the
Etobicoke.
finals again. They need to put up like lanes and streets, but for Raptors media,
Oh, no.
Adam Lascaris Crescent.
He's actually from Etobicoke as well, I'm pretty sure. Actually,
Is he? Yeah.
He went to the same high school as I did at MCI.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm looking at the most famous people from Etobicoke list. So they have like sports people. There's some like there's a lot of hockey players. Ken Dryden was from. Oh, he went to ECI, Etobicoke Collegiate. Okay, cool. Ken Dryden's on here.
Do non-hockey.
you don't-
God, I know the name. I just
Do
yeah.
non-hockey.
Oh, PK Subban. Okay, PK Subban.
Do
The
non-hockey.
Subban family was there.
There's
Actually,
too many hockey.
One of his brothers, I think Malcolm Subban, actually went to MCI as well, the same school.
Once
Joey
again,
Votto. Joey Votto.
Okay, Votto.
Joey Votto.
Votto, yeah,
Summer
okay.
McIntosh.
Oh yeah.
arguably-
She also Red Bull athlete.
on pace
Summer
to be
McIntosh.
the greatest Canadian Olympian actually at this rate.
So it goes Summer, Will, and Rob, man. Yeah. Summer, Will, and Rob. Yeah.
There's not a lot of media people on here, and my name is definitely not on here.
Yo,
which
add
is good.
yourself on there. Man.
Yeah, put it in. Get in there.
He's on the Etobicoke Walk of Fame.
Yo, they putting Kanon on here. Kanon. I mean, come on. He had waving flag was like the official FIFA World Cup song for 2010 in South Africa. That was pretty sick. Snow. You know,
Oh,
the
shouts to
Informa,
Snow, man.
Informa,
Shouts to
yeah.
Snow. Damn.
Nav.
Etobicoke produced.
Yeah,
produced, man.
a couple
Damn.
actors as well.
Like who?
Who are these people? Kiefer Sutherland. Okay, Kiefer
Oh yeah.
Sutherland.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
24?
That's,
I'll take Kiefer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Does that make
Kiefer.
Donald then part of the mix?
Slim Who? Oh,
Well, his
Donald.
father, Donald, yeah.
No. Oh, wow. Kiefer went to John G. at Alhos and MCI. And Silverthorne. Okay, I know all those three schools. Yeah. My brother went to John G. and Martin Grove. No one cares. Anyway,
Yo, this is definitely the running bit for Vegas. Right now.
If we do that
This is definitely the running
do
bit.
you know
in
how
Vegas.
ugly it's gonna get at the media party?
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
You
When
could
I'm
do that to
across the
Everett.
street waiting for you guys to leave the win.
But the most famous people, I think, are the politicians, because obviously you have Stephen Harper, who was
Sure.
Prime Minister of Canada for like 10 years or whatever.
I say we remove politicians and hockey players. Like I think it should be everyone.
Like,
Rob
just
Ford
period.
is arguably
Okay, but we'll
the
let
most famous
Ford. We'll
person-
make a Ford exception. Yeah.
Rob Ford is
sure,
arguably
sure.
the most famous person to come out of Etobicoke. So yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, I watched the Rob Ford documentary on Netflix. I think it's a part of a series of documentaries called Trainwreck, and so this one was on Rob Ford. The documentary is pretty general, I would say, because of the fact that like it's supposed to appeal to a widespread audience. So like I think that for me there wasn't like necessarily new
Is Alex in it at all?
revelations. I believe he says
Transition, and then they released the photo with the homies in the garage.
Yeah.
because like they didn't even follow like the whole like police.
It was not
angle.
confirmed if it was crystal meth.
Yeah. What appeared to be a crack pipe was seen in the photos
Then the
obtained by
Raptors.
Robin Doolittle.
Advanced.
What's her name? No, was it Robin Doolittle? I feel like I mispronounced her name. My bad. But
I think it is Robin Doolittle. Yeah.
Okay,
That
yeah,
was her
shouts to
Picasso
Robin.
of reporting at that time.
I was gonna say, man, she was on it. But like, yes, absolutely. I'm kind of endlessly fascinated by Rob Ford. There's actually a photo of me out there that is
You've shown it. You've shown it on the
you've shown
show
it before.
me,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
friend
yeah.
of
On the
mine, and a longtime friend of mine, also from Etobicoke,
Mm.
and Rob Ford. We were going to game
Two of the most famous people out of Etobicoke.
legendary link up. We were going to game 2 of
This guy put
Raptors
this guy
Nets
put the coke
back
in the
2014.
Tobacoke, man. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I did. But yo, but the Ford family used to sell like coke, like weed. They used to sell like what else? I mean, I guess some other like hash
Yeah.
or whatever. Like they used to sell that out of James Garden, the parking lot. There's like one in like if you go to Etobicoke, James Garden.
James Garden, how's his playoff record in Game 7? Uno.
Don't slander James Garden, man. Come on, man. It's one of the most top 3 gardens in the city, man.
James Garden.
Yo, what?
Sidestep 3.
That's crazy. Okay, so James Gardens, genuinely a really nice place. People have weddings here and stuff like that. And yeah, they used to just they were famous, like the Ford family in the 80s. Like there's a whole story about this in the Globe and Mail. They used to sell like drugs out the parking lot and stuff like that. I actually went to school with at Hilltop. I went to school with one of Ford's daughters, like Doug Ford's daughters.
Okay.
I think Kayla.
You ran into someone today who was talking to you about Hilltop at the Jays game.
Yeah, someone ran into me. Yo, bro, Hilltop, we're out here, man. It was a chaotic ass school, but yeah, I'm endlessly fascinated by Rob Ford, and like he's not a good guy. I think it's like pretty clear he wasn't really a good guy. But he was very hilarious. Like it was pretty crazy that like every other day you would see him on like national TV. And then he passed like very quickly as well. So
Sure.
No, it's crazy. I gotta get
his
the full
story's pretty
story.
great, man. Yeah.
I'll get the full story from my parents this weekend. But like Rob Ford was an MC at one of my like uncle's weddings, and
What?
I guess this was when,
Okay.
Did he do radio back in the day? I don't know.
Yeah, he used to do a show. Yeah, he used to shoot on like
yeah.
News Talk 1010 or something.
So
yeah.
my I guess this is like a distant uncle, but he like was close to Rob, and then Rob was at my table doing magic tricks, like showing me magic tricks, and he was emceeing the whole wedding. I was really young back then.
Rob had a huge personality. I think that's like
Yeah.
anyone who actually ever met him
Yeah.
would say that. But this is nuts that you met Rob.
Yeah, because when this was
What
all
kind
was
of like,
happening,
what kind of magic? Like card tricks? Like,
yeah, like card tricks. Because when all the Rob Ford stuff was happening, I remember my dad being like, "Yeah, that's the guy that was at the wedding. Yeah, like he was emceeing the wedding and stuff."
he was perpetually outside.
Right.
Yeah, he was definitely outside.
A lot of people saw Rob
He
Ford
was
downtown getting into a
outside.
restaurant.
Yo,
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, he put Toronto on the map for the wrong reasons, but he did put Toronto on the map.
Yeah.
Because like the people, the infamous, the timeline of who put Toronto on the international scene.
Yeah.
It was Rob, and then Drake, and then Beaver Weekend.
We really have
The Raptors eventually.
we really have a
but-
roster there.
No, but you
Jeez.
remember when the Raptors landed the 2016 All-Star bid?
Yeah, it was Rob, Masai, and Drake, no?
Right.
Yeah, Rob beside Drake, and then like
Lawicki was
Adam
there
Silver,
too.
and like
Yeah.
like, Like he was our mayor, man. That's
No,
crazy.
he was a big deal. I saw someone shout out Summer McIntosh because she's from Etobicoke as well.
Oh,
Glad you
yeah.
appreciate
Shouts to Summer,
Summer's
man.
work. Need more swim coverage. So she is one of the
Yeah.
prominent Red Bull athletes, and like we were grateful to get Phil Wizard, the Olympian,
That's right.
That's
for
right.
an interview through our connects at Red Bull. Like I don't think it's far fetched if we wanted to do something in the summer with Summer.
You can't do it for yourself.
Oh, sorry, guys.
You can't
Sorry,
set
guys.
up your own joke and do it. You're not
Oh
even
my
giving us
God,
time to
man.
react.
This is
man.
legit liking your own tweet.
It is absolutely like your own tweet. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that'd be cool to do something with Summer
Yeah.
actually. So
All
I
right.
ask her about have you ever taken a shorty to a Etobicoke Rib Fest? man?
Oh my
that's like our version of seeing.
So yo, James Harden or James Garden?
James Garden. Yo, you guys stop slandering James Gardens, man. I love that.
There.
Yo, I went to summer camp
There you
at
go.
James
There you go.
Gardens, man. Come on, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Alex, when was the last time you had a filet of fish?
Oh wait, what does this have to
I
do
think
with
this was in
anything?
reference to some talks about just like eating alone and all the like food.
Oh
talk.
yeah, it's been a while since I had a filet fish. But filet fish, there was a great New York Times article about this being part of like a lot of Chinese like families growing up because like grandparents really enjoyed the filet fish,
All right.
like going back to Hong Kong and China as well. So
I guess it's like kind of soft. I think like
Sure.
we also value fish.
you're
like, you know what I
talking
mean? Like-
about James Harden again.
goodness.
It's gonna be crazy for the audio experience because it's just a bunch of like just three
Yeah, it's just a
dudes
bunch of
moaning
Yeah,
the
just
whole time. Like, yeah. All right,
That's
last
why-
one here, guys. T.J. McConnell or Chris Paul?
Oh my God! You know what? T.J. McConnell,
T.J. McConnell.
Wow. I mean,
best
TJ's
player
gotta get
from
a
the
nickname.
process, man. Debate me. Yeah.
TJ got it. Well, yeah. I mean, Nerlens Noel. You know, what about him?
No.
Michael Carter
No,
Williams
the
won
real
Rookie of the
debate,
Year.
the real debate, legit, is T.J. McConnell versus Joel Embiid, man. Whose career would you rather have?
Wow.
Oh, well, Joel Embiid was an MVP.
Yeah, of what? The regular season?
I mean, it's good. No, it's good.
You got a sickness, man.
You
Wasn't
it's not
Tony
in your-
Bradley
it's not
on
in
the
your poll.
process too? I swear
Was-
he was on the
Yo,
Sixers.
come on, man.
That's
Tony
crazy,
Bradley was
yeah.
on the Sixers.
Tony
too, man.
Bradley.
Well, they have to complete. He has to finish it up in Game 7, then we can have the debate.
No, he started his career in Utah.
Oh yeah, same.
Wow,
same
he's been in
thing.
the league a long time. Since 2017. That's actually kind of unbelievable.
Yeah. So
He
we're,
was on Philadelphia in 2020, 2021 for 20 games. But
okay. So not process.
But
So
that's not
we're
process,
so we're
yeah.
all rooting for the Pacers on
Yeah.
Sunday.
we are, yeah. Damn,
Here,
bro.
last thing
We had
here.
a watch party for this.
Will
Kinda fun.
asked how the run went.
Oh, yeah.
I
Watch
don't
the film.
remember. I just have one clip for you because Dave Kim apparently caught a clip of me playing, so we're gonna play that here. Here you go.
Pull up. Yep.
Oh, slow mo. Blondie.
Yo, pull up going
Yo,
left.
Jerome from James Garden.
Yo, let's run that again, man. That slow motion was actually pretty sick. Though.
Yo,
Yeah, I was
slow-mo's
surprised by that.
Crazy.
Man, hey, with the cinematography.
Yo.
Yo, in his eye, man.
Damn.
Oh, man. Tough.
Yo.
Which is a pretty classic thing I'll do a lot at a hoop run.
Well,
this
you know,
already.
Alice was kind of clowning me for staying in my same outfit since the Blue Jays game in the afternoon. I believe, Jerome, you're still wearing the hoop shirt.
I
that you
just
went
got back.
Yeah,
That's the
Jerome
difference. I
actually
literally
has,
walked in.
Jerome
and
has
joined-
like
yeah,
like 4 hours statute
Yeah.
of limitations and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
But you've
Alright.
been sweating in that City Connect.
yeah.
Wait, by the way, the City Connect does say my name on the back,
Okay,
too.
Jerome has more baskets from the left side of the court than Hallie in the finals.
Second half of the pod had just been us talking about colonoscopies and gassing up anything, man. Oh, brother.
No, I was so
But you had a good run?
Undefeated on the night.
no L's, yo W's in the chat. No, I was so pissed that Will wasn't starting the pod early, man. I literally went in the wrong chat.
Yeah.
I went in the U of T run and I was like, "Yo, start the stream."
Did you really?
And then I had to delete it right away.
Oh, those are the deleted messages in our
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
Alex
Yeah.
has a message delete.
I was like, yo, man, start this damn StreamYard. And I was like, oh shit, why is there a Jerome highlight on top?
No, the chat's pretty sick because Alex also sent me Rick Carlisle's number in there this afternoon.
Oh shit.
Like his actual phone number.
No, I might just a bit for the show. Just text him
Just
tomorrow.
text him, man.
You
Just
should text
You're
them.
calling
Yeah.
Rick Auerbach, man.
Okay, I'm gonna text him, and then if it gets left on red, we'll just
I think.
screenshot that.
Should you try to FaceTime him if they win the championship in the locker room?
Yo,
Yo, imagine if I got Rick, and then you somehow got Pascal or Nemhard.
Hey.
Man. Come on, man. Yo, hello would be through the roof, man.
oh man.
Man.
Yeah,
damn,
we're
man.
we're on a high, man. If anyone hasn't seen it already, there's no way, but go watch that Bobby thing. We're really proud of it.
Yeah. No, we put a lot of work into it, so please.
It was
do.
a good moment. It was a good moment for hello. You know,
Yeah.
it was beautiful, man. But I'm sure we'll self glaze that for like an hour on the banter pod.
Oh man, Steve Lamb trying to extend the pod right now. Would you guys eat at Do West Fest?
I mean, Steve Lamb didn't try to extend it. You added it to the chat. You added it to the show.
I mean, Bear Steak wasn't part of that particularly, but we did stop at. Oh man, if you guys haven't had Bear Steak in the city, you guys gotta go.
Yeah, go check out.
Not even trying to
go
guess,
check
like,
out
Bear
Bear
Steak's
Steak.
amazing.
Swung by this weekend, got the steak.
You want to
Yes,
get?
sandwich as well.
Ty-
Yeah, before I got
we
my
had-
cholesterol.
This guy ate a whole steak sandwich.
Joel
and
hooked
then
us up
was
with some
like, "Yo, their
drinks over from
cholesterol's
Sucro
up."
Time.
I was
There was
literally
that.
with Jerome and Ennis at
That's
Batty
right.
Alley's when I got my cholesterol report.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna have one slice, and then Ennis had 3 slices.
yo, how long is this health kit gonna go on for? By the way,
So my next blood test is in 3 months. So once
Right.
I ace that test,
How's it gonna be in Vegas?
Yeah, no, I'll be fine. Like I'm not like going like full health. Like it's just like
Sure, sure.
saying no to a foot long dog here and there. I think will
yeah, that
really
was a good
help.
decision, man. That dog,
It'll really
honestly,
help.
it ruined me, man.
Yeah,
No,
it'll-
this thing was disgusting. Like, I mean, yeah, they don't even sell regular sized hot dogs. They only sell footlongs at that stand.
I love when the chat just tries it. Dude, the chat's trying to extend the pod.
Oh yeah,
I know, they're-
yo,
yeah,
is the Batty Alley hype justified?
You don't
It's-
have to add the comments.
It's good. I mean, I'll go when there's no huge lineup.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I've
It's a
always
good-
sworn by Fresca and north of Brooklyn. Yeah.
Fresco's good. I like
Yeah.
Super Point as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, Max Pizza. I forgot. Max
Oh,
Pizza.
Max.
Max Pizza's really
go
good.
Get the lemon head at Max Pizza.
Yeah, white pie's really
Thank me
good
later.
too.
Thank me
Go
later.
ask them for the TJ McConnell.
Honestly,
man.
Angry Pep, not Guardiola. Angry Pep also pretty good.
I
as
had
well.
the angry Guardiola last time, and that was. You can't go wrong. You can't go
No,
wrong.
legit, but
It's
lemon head is
actually-
101, man.
Max
Lemon Head is
Pizza is a
101.
great like hangout place because you can like get
Yeah.
wine there
Yeah,
and
yeah,
actually
it's
just
chill,
sit
man.
down and like chill. Yeah.
Bro, I watched Liverpool versus Real Madrid in Champions League with my laptop on an illegal stream in there. This earlier this year.
Speaking
man.
about
Like,
eating alone,
yeah. Oh man, that's a great
Yeah.
slice. Max Pizza, that's Dovercourt and Bloor.
Yeah.
Best
Yeah.
beef patty in the city.
Go up and get some donuts from Better Days after.
Oh, man.
Their chocolate dip donut is incredible.
Yo, honestly, if you guys want Bloordale, recommendations, I'm up and down Bloordale, man.
isn't Arun the pizza expert? He did have a ranking.
He dropped
for
a
a while.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arun has been begging to come on the show. We will find a reason for Arun to come on the show and ask him about all these places.
You could just come hang out.
He could just
Have
come
you?
hang out. You're
We
right.
talked about someone's colonoscopy on the show.
He's a letterbox. He's a
that's
letterbox
fair.
pro too, man.
Yeah.
That's true. He's an Alex Wong in training. Baker Bot's Baking, by the way. I don't know if you guys been in Baker
Oh, that
Bot's.
place is great.
Baker Bot's is amazing.
I mean, Baker Bots is.
Oh my God.
I mean, the same people behind Bang
got me
Bang Ice
moving like
Cream
an
as Baker
Italian,
Bots.
man. Baker Bot's, man.
Yeah.
Oh my own. Like, it's,
Yo, what? Just watching The Sopranos right now.
no, I've actually been really big on the Godfather recently.
Yeah.
You have been, yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Godfather content. And it's
Nice,
always
nice.
like, how did Michael
crazy.
know it was?
Yo, you're
it
the
was whatever
you're
Barzini
the-
or whatever.
you're the Michael Corleone of the microphone, man.
Oh,
I think that's a Jay-Z bar. Stolen.
stolen valor.
No, Bloordale also has one of my favorite bookshops, Monkey's Paw. They sell like
good.
old vintage, like
Yeah,
antique
yeah.
stuff. It was really, yeah, that's a really cool shop.
Yo, Blordell underrated, man. Blordell's a good
it's-
spot, man.
Yeah,
I
is
mean,
Blordell
Alma,
popping? Like, damn.
Alma's sick, man. I mean, you
Alma's
guys all
really
know
good.
Alma's sick.
Imanishi's there then too.
Soul
right?
Shakers, of course. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Soul Shakers. Sugo,
What's
of
the
course. Everyone knows
the
Sugo,
jerk
but-
chicken sandwich spot that you took me to?
Oh, that's we got to go to the Junction, man. When the
Oh,
pig
yeah,
came
the
home.
Junction. Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god,
That's the one. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so good.
I was gonna make a joke there, but no.
Yo, Junction got some vintage shops. You guys want to come to my ends, man? Come on.
Later, man. Later art and style, man. Shouts to
Leslieville has
good-
some nice spots too. I was down there to pick up a camera and then.
Oh,
Oh,
East
sick.
End, baby.
yeah.
Is it
You
East
know,
End?
truth be told, I really don't go to the East End that much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up, guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Made it past 2 hours again.
it's a great episode, man. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. What? That doesn't work.
Oh man, yeah. Vegas is gonna be fun.
Okay, so Sunday.
That's right. Post game.
Post-game.
Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Game 7. We'll all be seated. We'll all be watching.
Yeah, come hang out after. Obviously, it'll be the
yeah.
end of the season. Like wrap up. It'll be super fun. Gotta talk to the guys off air, but I think we're gonna try to record the banter pod on Monday.
Okay.
Well, I think at that point we might move it because we got Sunday, and then we have Wednesday draft.
Oh yeah, we have the draft. Yeah.
So maybe we'll
Right.
do a little later in the week. Type.
Just
We'll
remember,
see.
I'm gone on Friday.
Oh,
you
you
gone
are
on
gone
Friday?
Friday. Okay, well, this is an offline chat. We will let you know,
we'll
but
figure it out.
Let's
banter
keep
sometime
chatting.
next week.
We'll
Yeah.
figure it out, man. Yeah, thanks
right.
everyone for listening. Big win by the Pacers tonight.